Leo si mpaka alikuwa ametoka pale na Joski.
Alikuwa amelalisha
Pale vitu
za kudungwa sikugongewa kwani ukijana anagongewa na joina.
Lakini alikuwa madudu baya.
Cheki fala amekam na mezubana na cheki hadi Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Cheki fala amekam na mezubana na cheki hadi Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na
kinini kidurudu. Kam na kinini kibugudu. Kam na kinini ki ani kam na kinini kidurudu. Kam na kinini kibugudu. Kam na kinini ki na imejaa kibugudugudu. My guy hisi toy ziwa urush na mina jienjoy tuliwa bumbrush HK ya Michael Brooklyn na Missy Boys. Sina jongo, sina form, sina cheddar. Bila mbesha still machaji walichuna. Ngeusi una mattress kwako, sema form. Muunga mjinga, niko zone. Pass curfew magiza, niko biz. Shbadi ting alikujia magizgiz. I'm sorry ilidim. I'm sorry nimedim. I'm sorry ilidim. I'm sorry imedim. I'm sorry
Subaru na kam na Mambaru amekrom. Zaidi ya mzinga na zile vitu wrong. Munga saboy yepa chom na imepong. Digitali jabakali shikisha na dosh. Maisha posh na maomre wa palenka na coach. Taxi na magego za ugoro zinawaka shinda touch za magwatch. Idhani mbaya lola mbota lola watch. Yeah kwa idarasa mindo teacher mindo coach. Zimewaka zimeliet zimemwatch. Mbare ya gadeshe atuna kasheshe. Maybe tukdiokore na tukufanyage patient. Boom boom. Yeah. Boom. Cheki fala amekam na mezubana na cheki hadi Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Cheki fala amekam na mezubana na cheki hadi Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa.
Kam na kinini kibugudu. Kam na kinini ki ani kam na kinini kidurudu. Kam na kinini kibugudu. Kam na kinini ki
Mshika za ki white boy akiwa madu ya Riomo na cocktoy. Icho kidiu raisi kufanye winge kwa soil bro. Na kidiu ragudungwa na rock boy atuitishi ruhusa kuguza. Tunaishi nchi raisu tundura. Na ukisnitch juu ya click kuna sundwa. Shock deli tunakam kuchunguza umbwa. Cock dating ka umekam kutunyuria. Finger imekwama kwa trigger unabuya. Sikam kiwa steam ka utaki kupanguzwa. Ni genje njege walikam kuwa tuma.
Alikam na kidudu tum. Kama hawamini uneza kugulum. Saizo chapa ni maini na kindukulu. Walifanya zote zishuke chini pungulu. Atiskade amechange. Atiskade amechange. Kwani una-expect nini father kikubless ni mapupu. Bitch nigga manze kuva vest. Cheki dosh. Hakuna haraka manze tuwapeleke most. Chungo sipate baraka waseme ni wash. Lifanyo toe kila kitu kwa mbosho. Kina waka popote umoroto. Matoa msupa wako akipewa kiboko.
Cheki fala amekam na mezubana na cheki hadi Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Cheki fala amekam na mezubana na cheki hadi Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na imejaa. Subaru ya Mambaru imekam na
kinini kidurudu. Kam na kinini kibugudu. Kam na kinini ki ani kam na kinini kidurudu. Kam na kinini kibugudu. Kam na kinini ki na imejaa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another segment of the Amateur Hour. I'm your host, your girl, Lucy Wairimu. Ukipenda, you can call me Mimo, and I have my co-host. My co-host, do you want to introduce
Yeah,
yourself?
ladies and gentlemen, the co-host, the amazing co-host is called Mr. NJORO Kimikawa. I am back, I am black, and I am full of luck. I'm so happy, I'm so delighted to be here. Truly makes me happy.
Truly makes you happy.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here, manze.
Unataka kusema jina ya show ama hapana?
Jina ya show.
Unataka kuja introduce or not? My dear? Come on. Don't let me down. Tutambulishe.
This is the close-up.
The close-up with
The
your
close-up.
girl, Lucy Warimo, and your man,
Mr. Njoro.
Mr. Njoro mwenyewe.
Yeah.
How you been? How you been?
I've been amazing. Yeah, I've been good. I've been life is so good. For me, I can say, we don't interpret life as it is, we interpret life as we are.
Josh with
So I
his
can
deep
say-
quotes yet again.
Yeah, I can say life has been ascobic lubricoitic for me.
Come on.
That's what the people from France
Come with a
say.
bombastic word.
Yeah,
Come with
yeah.
the bombastic
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
For me, I'd say life imekuwa vizuri.
Yes.
Can't complain.
Good.
But I feel like there's so much happening. What's happening to the world?
Let me tell you. You close your eyes in Kenya, you open your eyes, tawili hama.
Tawili hama, my dear.
I'm telling you, those are time
Tawili hama, my dear. As a matter of fact, wewe ndio umebaki peke yako unachelewesha watu. Unashikisha watu. Songa na
This
mlolongo.
is Kenya. I'm
This is
telling
Kenya.
you, this is Kenya. A lot of things are happening.
But it's
Yani.
not just Kenya though, you know,
Yeah,
like
it's in
I
the
saw
world.
like Juicy the other day that
Yeah.
is it China and I think Russia maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They're going to start trading with their currency.
They're gonna start trading with their currency.
Do you know what that means for the dollar?
It means the dollar's gonna go.
Inaenda
I'm telling you, the people
kwenda
from
down.
Russia, the Russians, they don't to do anything with the American people.
Nikki, why do you think that's
Our
so?
die. For me, I think it's the politics of economy, the politics of power, and Vladimir Putin definitely he wants to,
the big man P.
Me, I'm telling you, Vladimir Putin, this guy hana jokes.
Hana joke.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. Just look at what he has done to Ukraine, yani. Unajua?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's so bad, manze. But it's life. At the end of the day, we hope the war will end. We'll go back to where they lived. Because when I imagine
Man,
like Saka
true.
sai, imagine like tunaweza mkakesho and then there are bombs flying in. Like Prezo Atizenda
mad.
ameamua manzi amekatika na Kenya.
Mad.
Na anatupa ma bombs. Things
Mad.
can get really tough.
Mad.
Like, come to think of it, if it's only things like elections inafanya atmosphere kwa a bit tricky, because for me there was a time I came to town and nakulikuwa na elections.
Speaking of elections,
Yeah.
pole kwa kukukata, but speaking of elections,
Okay.
can we bring it back home kidogo?
Let's
Because
bring it back
tumetoka
home.
season ya elections pia
Yes,
sisi. I mean,
and let me tell you about elections. Let me tell you something, Marimo. My friend, itabidi umezoea hii sauti.
Mr. Doyen. Kesho we're swearing in the big Doyen man.
My friend, tunaingiza ule jamaa.
My friend.
Ule wa Hustler Nation.
Acha nikwambie.
Ule mtu wa wheelbarrow.
Shika wheelbarrow.
Let me tell you.
Hauna budi at this point, shika
Let me tell
wheelbarrow.
you something. I live in Mlolongo. Natoka na wheelbarrow from Mlolongo mpaka Kasarani. Just to show my respect
Are you really
for this
going?
guy. Why not?
Are you really going?
Yeah,
You
ni
are.
hapa wheelbarrow hadi inanitegea, iko mtaani na ngoja.
You already said.
Mi ride yangu iko set, man.
Sisi ndo tunakuchelewesha. Sisi ndo tunakushikilia.
Yeah.
But what do you think of our, now how do I put it?
Yeah.
Like our take on it. Like how
Yeah.
do you say like us as Kenyans tumejibeba during this
One
period?
thing I can say, it's a big up to all Kenyans. Big up to all Kenyans.
For sure.
We've really behaved in a
Watu wa
really mature way.
UK,
Yeah.
United Kisumu, I'm so proud. Because it's funny, like
Yes.
so many eyes were on that area.
Yeah.
Wakingoja watu washike mawe.
I know.
But they were deep for disappointment,
Let me
my
tell you,
friend. Come
Juzi I
on.
was watching the news and I had a guy saying, ati unajua ile mtu anaitwa Raila atarudi kwake Karen.
Atarudi kwake
Lakini
Karen,
mimi
yeah.
narudi New York. Kumesema kunaitwa UK. United Kisumu.
Unaenda United Kisumu. Kumbuka kwako ni United Kisumu.
It's
Kumbuka.
UK. Wanasemanga ni UK.
But I like how people, especially like the youth, especially wale wanangoja washike mawe.
Yeah.
I like how watu
Yeah.
wamegrow kujijua na kujua like this is our home.
That's
There are things we're
amazing.
not going to do
That's-
for the
that's
sake
really
of
dope.
others. And
Yeah.
hey man, big up
Yeah,
to
it's
us.
crazy. I once could allow me to start being philosophical
Oh,
because
good
I
Lord.
consider myself a
Come
student.
through with the deepness.
I consider
Come
myself.
through with the deepness.
I
yet
consider
again.
I consider myself a student of a guy called Hamis Trismegistus.
Oh, good.
And
Wow.
and when you start
Wait,
studying
who's
these
a guy?
things,
Who's a guy?
Hamis Trismegistus was a Greek teacher. He used to teach
Josh.
Greeks wisdom. So there's a quote that says, to a politician, the government is a tool, but to a poor man, the government is a master. But then one thing I can say as Kenyan citizens, where we are right now, we've been able to understand where we stand and how the government should and should not affect us.
Yeah.
The government should build roads, should look for, enough way to generate infrastructure. It needs to create employment for the people.
Basically, they are working for us.
Yes.
There are people
so
you've hired.
It's not the other way around. Like me, I won't stabeba mawe manze niende nianze kurushia wase because I'm Joroge. I go to United UK. But then do you know I'm also from UK? I'm from the United Kiambu.
Nilijua utakuja na kakitu
Yeah, from the
Njoroge.
United Kiambu.
Nilijua huwezi tikia kubaki nyuma. You have to come with a line.
Yeah, we
You
can't
have to
start
come with
fighting.
a line, Njoroge.
We
Come on.
can't start fighting these people. We can't start fighting people because mi nachagua Ruto, mi nachagua Raila. At the end of the day, personally, I was Azimio.
Okay.
I was Azimio Damu.
Okay.
Mi nilikuwa like this guy.
Team Baba all the way.
Team Baba. Yeah. But do you think Raila will vie again the next 5 years?
To be like right now, we are mad.
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
I think.
But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You have to give the man his flowers.
Uh-huh.
That guy has stood by us and our democracy for how many years?
Yeah.
For how many years? We have
Yeah.
to give it to him.
Yeah.
Yes, like Kitty Memkata,
Yeah.
but he's played a very big role when it comes to Kenya as a republic and in
Yeah,
our government.
as
and we
an
have to give him
opposition.
his flowers.
Yeah.
We have to give him his
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Whether you are Team Baba or not,
Yeah.
give that
It's
man
crazy.
his flowers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Give the man his flowers.
Let me tell you something funny. Me, I think he'll vie in the next 5 years.
You do?
There's a part of me that thinks, yeah.
But this time round, aliingia kwa ballot last minute.
aliingia last
Yeah.
minute. Yeah. Actually, it was like the last minute alikuwa like I'm vying.
Yeah.
Ule mse mwingine like Ruto all the way since like after 2017
tulijua
election.
Doyen ataingia 2017 tulijua huyu
Do you know the guy
after
anaanza
huyu ndo
kupiga campaign
anaenda
kwa inauguration yake?
Hey!
Alikuwa like my friend, I know I'm the vice president.
mimi kama hasla lazima you know
tupatane 2022.
but I have so much respect for that man.
Yeah.
Like looking at the guy's background for him
Yeah.
to get to where he's gotten,
Yeah.
like that's that's hard
It's
work,
crazy,
that's
I'm telling you.
dedication.
Yeah, like
That's-
Raila
that's
is
something.
he's something, and I believe what I hope for is Kenya one time will get an opposition leader who'll be as strong, as firm, and as influential.
And I
as
do
Raila
hope
was.
this our Azimio
Yeah.
that is coming in, our opposition.
Yeah.
I pray and hope we have a good and strong opposition.
Yeah.
Joe, honestly, the time that we did with
Yeah.
Baba, things were in line.
Yeah.
Ataka haikuwa perfect.
Yeah.
Vitu zilikuwa
And-
zinashika
and let me
laini
tell
in
you-
some
let
way.
me tell you
Baba
something.
was taking care
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
But
He
now
was.
jamani vile alitoka, everything went paka rasha.
No, and
Come
then let me
on.
tell you, the beauty of Raila being the opposition was he was opposing literally everything.
But he was
Na
keeping
ilikuwa poa.
people in check.
Yes, he
That's
was.
the thing.
Yes, he was like
keeping people in check. He was
everything in
taking
check.
care of us.
Yes,
He was.
It's funny, there was a time there was like a certain like a meeting, and we had like some government official alifika late, and Raila was like, kwani anachelewa?
Kwa nini?
Mtu
Mbona
anakuja
anachelewa?
amechelewa,
Jamani.
ni nini bana?
Ni nini?
Waende nyumbani.
Why can't I do a good one? Like I can't do a good one. I can't. I'm trying inakataa. Inakataa. Shit. Come on.
It's crazy.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on our? Because Bado Uhuru is the
Yes, he's the
president.
president.
You know,
Yeah. And until Kesho.
Yeah. Dr. Ruto is the president-elect.
Incumbent. Is he the incumbent?
Yeah. So what do you think
Yeah,
of
yeah.
our president's take on, like, during this time of elections?
What-
Consider, because actually
Yeah.
this was a movie. Because
Yeah.
when in the history of government have you seen like a president going against his deputy on
I
that level?
know.
We're literally living in the end times. Because
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, and then after some in Revelation, probably it's
End
written
times.
in some
I
verse.
mean.
And thou there, and
So
thou.
what's your take on?
Yeah,
Vitu
what's my
zimefanyika?
take? One thing I
And,
can
like,
say.
basically our president.
One thing I can say
like,
is
yeah.
one, the government system in Kenya, we are such a mature state in terms of how these people in power are able to interfere with the system. That's one thing I can say, because you can see like someone like Uhuru, he was not able to really interfere with, like the court case issue.
Yeah, he took a step back.
Yeah, he took a step back.
Yeah.
We never had some assassinations. Like some other countries. I'm telling you, some other countries, you go to hizo countries like South Korea.
Lakini si Mr. Chebukati alishikwa mashati yuko Bomas karibu watu watoke na kichwa yake jamini.
That was tricky man. And you know kwanza ile kipara yake. Kwanza
you
look at his kipara and you get a revelation.
You do actually.
It's not only like a kipara.
It's like looking at any like
some Rick and Morty stuff.
Everything. You want to take a good look at your own reflection. Angalia hapo. You get everything there. Angalia hapo. But what do you like?
One thing I can say is,
like, I feel like, yes, like, but there are people who apparently, like, unfortunately, died.
Yeah.
Like the IBC,
the guy.
Which is very unfortunate.
That's quite unfortunate.
So what's your take on that?
My take on that is.
Napia, I mean, how this, like, certain individuals, how they conducted themselves, like, at bombers. Kushika, honestly, Mr. Chebuna.
Why are you touching Chebukati?
Mbona unataka kutandika mbaba in public? What's your take on that?
One thing I can say is definitely one. Kenya, like politics for me, according to my own understanding, it's a dirty game. So the question we need to ask ourselves as a country is to what extent? To what extent are we having, killings, violences? One thing I can say is we definitely have that room for improvement.
Yeah.
Because you'll find like the IBC guys, was it a retiring officer? Of a certain, he was a clerk, an IBC officer in a certain in Embakasi polling station. He got killed. Yeah. We had another guy who was killed. And then we had the fracas at Bomas. One thing I can say is at least this time, it's quite unfortunate we lost lives, but at least from how we have been behaving in the past years, like in 2017, we had like 12,000 people died. In 2017, in 2007, sorry. 12,000 people died. But this time you find like there are 3-4. It's quite sad that the people have to die, but
very
as a country, it's quite good that you've been able to move that that one step.
Yes.
That one step ahead, and I hope we'll reach a point whereby now we are totally politically mature in terms of how we handle this thing. Like kusikwe na wasiwana dedi, tusikwe na cases za wase, because in some other countries it's so tricky.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like some countries like like Myanmar. There was a time Myanmar was under military.
Hey, come on, Mr. From the UK.
I told you I'm from the United Kingdom.
Mr. from UK.
I'm from United Kingdom. I'm from United Kingdom.
Representing your people.
Yeah. Is my L na ma R. Let me tell. Let me.
Watajuaje locality. Watajuaje.
Talking about military, we had a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Because recently I've just met a friend of mine. We were with him in high school, and he reminded me of a high school teacher, and he was telling us all those boys with polychambo chap shooters. I'm like, and polychambo what? And then we used to go in the lab.
Let me
tell you, tulikuwa tunaenda kwa lab, asema the precipitate might turn greenish, yellowish, or bluish. I'm like, yo. Nasema nini? Back to Myanmar. In Myanmar, there was a time it was under military rule. And you'll find people are just being jailed for silly things like, silly things like, making jokes.
What do you mean making jokes?
People are not allowed just to laugh haphazardly, especially.
Sasa nikai kama nimenuna.
Like when the TikTok went up hivyo kusema ati sijui ati like venye wase wana enjoy outfit ya Igathe, venye Igathe anadunga, once you enjoy the next thing man you're in committee.
So basically no freedom of expression.
Even, meme lords wote wako jela. Everyone was in jail.
A country without humor, do you want me to die?
Like let me tell you.
What's wrong with that? Like why are you projecting your sadness on your people?
I'm telling you.
Why are you doing that?
It's crazy. Like you'll find like in some other, like in Myanmar, you seen in town laughing and the police wanakama na kushika and they're like, kichana nuulise nani anakuchekesha?
I swear, like
huyu ndani. And then when you
get out of here, because there's no how do you constrict people like that?
It's crazy.
Why are you projecting your sadness?
Even
on
even our friends in Uganda.
Come on.
When you have friends in Uganda, preso kwani kuna mali anaenda.
John, I want you to hold that thought for a minute.
Okay.
Nataka tuatupie kangoma kamoja. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Na hapa tunaenda na Mr. BN Inauma.
Kukosana na wewe sikutarajia, kuwa mbali na wewe akimeniacha babaya, kutengana na wewe imenibadilisha sana, nimetamani nilewe akina kunywa na sasa mandami. nakumbuka tulipeana majina. Leo baby kesho tomato, mitandao ikaleta vitina. Ukawa uambiliki na mikichwa changu na kikavimba. Nikawa sisemezeki, inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea. Hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea. Unashindwa. Densi oh densi, densi tulikamata hadi usiku wa manane. Kesi oh kesi, kesi tukakubali tutapendana milele. Nyimbo tulizopenda zanikumbusha wewe. Kamisi oh kamisi, kamisi na baika uliwacha na nusanga ndio nilale. Oh yo tutaambia nini watu Regina? Haya mapenzi yalinoga na kumbuka tukila bata na bia. Pate after pate, shetani gani alituingilia? Akatuweka asanda, hilo vito palimenifikisha. I'll never love another night. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea. Hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea. Ndio nashindwa. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea. Hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea. Ninashindwa.
Dimension, you got me in another dimension. Another dimension, you got me in another dimension.
Break it down, man, bring it up slow. You a bad chicken, do you already know? Back to back, baby, you killing the show. Worldwide, Miss International. Switch it up on them, hitting on the low. Nobody messing with the flow, no stopping. And you know she got a home. Worldwide, Miss International. When you control me, control me. Oh, when you control, na na na. When you control me.
Worldwide, Miss International.
Dimension, you got me in another dimension. Why lie? Another dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? Dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? Another dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? If you wanna ginger, yeah. If you wanna chill with a winner, pull up on a nigga, nikuonyeshe maisha, yeah. Nitahakikisha usitofuliza. Anywhere you wanna be, baby, I'm ready to go. Sema tuanzie Paris ama twende Tokyo. When you control me, control me. Oh, when you control, na na na. When you control me.
Worldwide, Miss International.
Dimension, you got me in another dimension. Why lie? Another dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? Dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? Another dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie?
Dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? Another dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie?
Control me. Oh, you control, na na na. Oh, you control me. Worldwide peace international. Worldwide peace international. Worldwide peace international. Dimension. You got me in another. Oh, why lie? Another dimension. You got me in another dimension. Why lie? I love you guys. Good night. Make some noise!
Welcome back to the close-up with your girl Lucy Wairimu, your bad man.
Yeah, and I'm your guy NJORO, Mr. Njoro.
Now that was Bien.
Yeah, Bien, yeah.
Dimensions. I mean.
It's tricky.
It's been a tough time for us Kenyans kwanza kwa uchumi with this elections, Jamani.
Yeah.
We were talking about the elections before tuende kwa kabri kadogo.
Yeah.
And basically you were telling me you take on
I do.
Uhuru's, Uhuru's
Yeah.
basically his demeanor during the period from when the results were announced by the IEBC.
Yeah.
The story of Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So we can carry on from there.
Yeah, definitely, man. One thing I can say is, man, like, I've really appreciated how, as much as we all knew that Uhuru was for Baba at the end of the day, because definitely if a state is left without a Baba now, who will be our father now?
Nani atatuchunga?
Who will be our father?
Nani atatuangalia?
And you know the other Baba pia Waitito. You know Waitito alikuwa pia yeye ni Baba. Na alitumwa retirement. Yeah, it's tricky, man, but the way that, Uhuru, behave, as much as we knew he was for Raila.
We knew he was for
at the end of the day,
Baba.
the people spoke. There's a
people
quote that says, the voice of the people is the voice of God.
But I must say something though.
Yeah.
I feel like the citizens, sisi kama raia, tulijibeba vizuri sana. We conducted ourselves very properly, and I'm very proud of us.
Yeah.
Though there are definitely a couple of the leaders that let us down for us back. And they need to do better.
Yeah,
they need to pull up their socks.
Better,
We want to see a united Kenya. Hatutaki sarakasi, hatutaki vurugu, hatutaki kuchochwa. We want nothing like that. We want absolutely nothing like that.
And one thing I realized, Wairimu, is at the end of the day, it's the citizen as an individual and not as a collective whole.
Oh, for sure.
Because there is no one who will bring you change.
For sure.
Like, the government will not tarmac the path to your bathroom, to your kitchen. It's up to you to build yourself. The government will not come in any way to make you, move from one step to another. The only thing that I can say a government should do is maintain peace, political stability, economic stability, infrastructure. You ingine jitafutie. I'm telling you,
now that this period imeisha, kesho tunaenda kuswear in Mr. Dorian, our son. Please, after that, enda utafute pesa yako, usingoje serikali si yako, si ya mama yako, na hakuna mtu anakuja kukusaidia. You have to do the work yourself.
It's crazy.
Don't sit down and just complain.
It's
Please,
crazy.
put in the work.
And
put in the work.
Crazy. But I want to say a big kudos to the Kenyan government. Imedu job yake. I was doing a bit of research and I saw there's this president. He's called, some governments, they're usually like crazy in this world. Like this in this country called Belarus. There's a certain president.
Oh yeah, there's something you were saying.
There's a certain president called Lukashenko.
Hey,
the guy,
names, come on.
The guy, do you know what the guy was doing? What? In order to control population, he was bombing his own citizens.
Why would you?
The guy was bombing his own citizens.
Introduce family planning.
I know.
Before tufike kwa kuangusha mabomu.
Imagine like what's your Uhuru Park? I know, like you've gone to Uhuru Park.
What on?
And Lukashenko is like, bupitia registry, ulisema registry tuko 4.5 million. Uhuru Park kuna watu 1,000. Si uangushe bomb. Imagine.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
crazy.
Why would someone do that?
It's crazy, manzi. I'm telling you, manzi, it's crazy. And one thing you'll find is some governments are really, like they're narcissistic in a way.
Is it the government or it's the person in power though?
For me, I can say it's the person in power.
Yeah.
Mostly, but still,
because
even
the government is like as a collective.
Yeah.
But the head of state or like a certain individual, that's shots. Like an individual.
Yeah, he calls most of the shots, like mainly calls most of the shots. But anyway, talking about governments, talking about people in power, what do you think about, Queen Elizabeth II's death? I've seen a lot of controversies on social media. People are like, he was a colonialist.
If there's something I've learned during this time, okay, Twitter is inhumane. Twitter is a brutal. Okay, it's something that I obviously knew. Yeah. But it's like, seeing it now, I'm like, okay, I get, like, I don't want to say I get it, because, oh, good Lord. But the thing is, can you just give this family like a 2 weeks break to mourn?
No, for me, I was like, okay, at the end of the day, they colonized Kenya and all that stuff happened. I was not a part of it.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You actually kind of are.
Am I? But okay, I still have the stories from my grandparents and I'm speaking English because these guys came and colonized us.
It's up to date. Like, we're still colonized to date.
Yeah.
Even though you don't feel it, like, kabisa. Mentally, you're still in cages.
Wow.
Man. Mentally.
And that's why, let me tell you. That's why the Rasta people say you need to overstand and liberate your mind.
But even like in certain areas, like, let's say like the plantations come as a maua.
Yeah.
Hey man, but the white man is dominant like shots. A motherfucker. He's still there.
But he's not calling anyone.
Technically he is.
But he's not calling anyone a Negro or a black man.
Can he though? They are, I'm sure, chini ya maji, but not like out and loud.
Let me tell you, right now, in this day and age, msiani tatis jui nini? Sai. Have you ever had something?
Let me tell you, so like my take on like this whole situation with the Queen. I mean, I feel like she's lived like a long life, obviously, like 96. I'm hoping that she lived a happy, content life, and she was obviously, judging from how like her family like speak highly of her, she was a really good mom and grandma and
to them,
the likes. But can that family acknowledge what they did to us as a people? Can they acknowledge what they did?
Yeah,
I saw this, I came across this video where the former CJ, what the name? Mutunga, Mr. Mutunga. So he opened a file case and he wants, was it like $200 million
from
the family, and I'm like, you guys better stop paying this shit up.
Yeah, but the challenge is
the things you guys did to our grandparents, pay us, please, pay us, and acknowledge that you did that, because what they do is sweep it under the rug.
That's what they do.
Sweep it. You're not gonna do that. Acknowledge what you did.
Yes.
Mtulipe na tutacha kupost vitu on Twitter.
But the funny thing is this, will you ever get that money? There's
a time they did like $30 million though.
And who got that money?
Like families in Kenya.
They did get that money.
I came across something.
It was a while back. I saw like Dedan Kimathi's, was
good Lord, that was
was it Marshall Muthoni? I'm not really sure. Was Marshall Muthoni Dedan Kimathi's wife? And I could see the kind of life that woman was living. Keeping in mind that
sad, right?
she fought for the independence of Kenya.
Even us as a country, we're actually feeling these people, to be honest. This guy has fought for us.
I know. And then let me tell you something funny. Wait, let me tell you something funny. Ndujenye state, like at times it doesn't compensate the people who paid the price for us to be here, to be working here without hanging kipandes on our necks. Like someone like the one who wrote the national anthem. Nani?
What happened to that guy?
But everyone knows this guy.
Even the person who made this flag.
Hey, who designed the flag?
Like, what happened to those guys?
Yeah, where did they go? Like, I was one of our statues in town,
We have to respect them.
Yeah, but everyone is paying. What's a kila msiana tambua Steve Simple Boy? It's not bad.
Simple boy, leave my man alone. Leave my man alone. Simple boy, like he's on his own level. See, I little energy drink. Was it like an energy drink the other day?
Walai,
you haven't seen?
Let
me tell you something. Leave my man alone. He's making more.
A little energy drink yake.
Hey, where people are going hard.
There's this slogan yake ilikuwa gaina trend. Ilikuwa gani yo slogan yake?
Inoma.
Fresh barida. It's called fresh barida. It's called fresh barida.
Fresh barida.
The drink is called fresh barida.
That guy got a peng babe for a wife. What are you talking about? When do unachelewa my dear? What
I'm telling you, money. Akipesa wewe.
Let me tell you, unalalisha.
Kipesa wewe.
Ashaanza familia, you're here talking about him.
Like an ugly man with money, they become handsome.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to men, I don't think us as women tunaangalianga sura kwanza, my dear.
Nido.
Me don't care if you kwanza right now I don't want a pretty boy. Tunangangana urembo for what reason?
Haiwezi.
Tunangangana urembo for what reason? Me I want you to come and give me security. What are you talking about urembo? Tutakula urembo.
Okay, but at the end of the day, unajua you want to have kids wenye watakatiwa pia. Unajua you want to have kids who
genes will occur our family.
Let me tell you.
My genes will occur our family. Please, you come with the money. Because sawa wakikatiwa na wana chakula kwa meza, watakula hiyo kukatiwa. Come, give me security. Like, take care of my kids.
There are some two kids I saw in town. I was like, hey.
Ataka ni kubanti ati unaanguka to that level. Like, get someone who's lookable.
Like, have you ever seen a child? Have you ever seen a child? Literally, anakani kama kona title
you
somewhere.
Question the mother's decision.
Yes, because manzejo the way the kids are looking, like they are smiling, but they're looking like wakicheka wanakanika wanalia.
Me, let me tell you something. Itabidi to my genes the okwe familia. Because there is no way I'm getting married for looks. Please, give me security, my friend. Are you joking?
Like for the sake of my kids, mina feel I won't batisha.
Cause it's the babe. How you batisharing on a babe? Yeah, surely, kwani huna self-respect?
Oh yeah.
Like, when it comes to like you as a guy, you have to like unatafuta kitu ile tu kipelekea mom. Mama ko like, hey my son, you know.
No, wewe ni kama you are like your father.
No, watu ukiongea watu wananyamaza.
Yes.
But sasa unapeleka bibi ushago yeye ndo anaambiwa ende oshe vyombo, my like respect yourself. Come on.
You know like akiingia kwa compound numba mpaka zinatoroka. Zinashindwa. What's happening?
Like,
what's not happening?
Respect yourself.
Yeah, but anyway,
think of your kids. You as a man, you want a trophy.
It's crazy. Talking about the Queen, you know, I saw a crazy fact about the Queen Elizabeth II.
Yeah.
Funny enough, she's the only person in the world who celebrates 2 birthdays.
What do you mean
in
2
one
birthdays?
year? So she has 2 birthdays. Funny enough, she has a birthday on the 21st of April, and she has another one in June.
How?
So
How
funny enough.
Possible?
There's a certain king, King George. It was back in the 70s, and the king woke up in the morning and he was like, bedhe birthday yangu itakuwa June, inakuwaga March, but bedhe as a king, as the ruler, simeniambia mimi ndio ruler imtae, bedhe kutakuwa na bash yangu June. Now every monarch who's gonna come after me, they're gonna be celebrating their birthdays in June officially.
Who's paying for those 2 birthdays? Because I'm sure that's like a fat ass budget.
I'm telling you, it's the people of England.
It's the taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
I will kick you in the balls
if
you use my money like that. Cause mimi bashi yangu shwali hata hiyo moja. I mean,
and then I had funny enough, listen, I had even people in Kisumu contribute because they are from the UK.
John, at this point, get out of here. Because what the hell? Get out of here, my friend.
They're from United Kisumu.
No, but wait. So, like, these 2 birthdays are
she has 2 birthdays. Yeah, for the Queen, she had 2 birthdays. So she was born.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Can you just give me that title? For like a year.
Yeah. Me, I'm telling you. Let me tell you. Yeah, power is crazy. Like, you can just decide anything and people will be like, you know, people will like definitely
go for it and
take it seriously. Yeah, I heard there was another president who had like a convoy of 1,000 women who were following him dancing. Like he was going anywhere in his
big
compound.
One.
Yeah, akona like 1,000 paintings.
Come
on. Like, you're the queen. I'm like, well, it feels good to be a ruler. It feels good to be a king. It's tricky.
Something about the Queen that I know, you know, like they had this, like she was very graceful, that woman. You know, she was always well put together. She handled herself like in just such an eloquent way. Like unamwangalia unasema, wow, must be nice, you know. And she actually I've never seen her showing emotions ever.
Yeah.
But I read actually because when after her passing, I went online kumwangalia and to like see like what was she really about, because to be honest before that I didn't really think of even checking or looking.
Yeah.
And I saw that like the only time she showed emotion was it in 2002 or something like that, during the passing of her sister. And this guys like really looked alike. I was like, wow, you guys look alike. And it like showed me something like, yes, these guys, they're in power and like we see them as like this mighty big ass people, but when it comes down to it, man, they're just like as human as
they're human.
All of us,
and then there's something about, you know, being like part of the royal family. You're part of you're like the face of the country, so there's some things that you're not supposed to do. There are things you're not supposed to do in public, actually saw that the royal family, they're not allowed to travel. Like 2 heirs of the throne cannot travel in one like vehicle, in one plane.
Was it like for security
For security purposes, so that if anything happens, at least there'll be one heir.
That makes
because
sense.
if there's no heir, like the crazy things, I also saw like even how they eat, you know, like their cutlery, how they handle culturally, it's different from everyone else. Like I saw they are not allowed to stab
Man,
food.
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The queen had someone who was being paid, I saw like about like $20,000 a year, 20 grand. And this person's work, ilikuwa kuangalia kama moto yake, I mean, maji yake ya kuoga iko the right temperature.
Anaangalia tu maji.
Let me tell you, that's your work. Queen akenda kuoga, we angalia kama maji iko the perfect temperature. And you're getting 20,000 grand in a year.
That's
20 grand in a year, not 20,000 grand. I was like, what on earth?
Yeah.
See me mnipeka side.
And let me tell you, we are here in Nairobi, we are constructing buildings. Tunajenga mawe, you know. Unabeba mawe unaipeleka mpaka 38th floor. And
na bado ukika vibaya kidogo 1 minute una fare kurudi nyumbani, my dear.
It's crazy.
Una fare kurudi nyumbani.
It's crazy.
And there's a painting waiting for you to send her over money. Come on.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but it's life. At the end of the day, you say there's some people who will definitely have some privilege over, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, because just imagine like mtoi wa mseka Zuckerberg. Like what's mtoi ataiyo na noma. Unajua like there's some kid like
the odds
people,
are very slim,
yeah, even the like the kids in the royal family ulikuwa tu unawacheki, and then you're like humtoi literally hatajua shida ni gani, hatajua shida ni nini, hata kuwa na idea ya kulak. Because I saw like, let's say for example, I saw in the palace, is it in Birmingham, the queen has a cash machine.
What do you mean a freaking cash machine?
Like the queen has a cash machine.
Like is it like where she lives?
Yeah, where she lives in the palace, inside the palace.
Heaven.
So if anyone needs money in the royal family, they just go and withdraw. And that cash machine
must be
has
nice.
like a vault.
Must be nice.
So ukidai tu do nika tap. Unaona venye like nimesikia kiyo, then I was like I need to get myself some water.
Me, where were my ancestors when people were negotiating these types of deals and
They were dying.
Surely. Me, baby. Ma, you're failing me.
It's crazy.
Surely.
I know.
That's mad.
Imagine having a cash machine. Like, plus, ikonado, like it's like a movie. And then the funny thing is, the people who have that money the most, they don't even need it.
But I think the thing is, you know, like when something is scarce, it's very valuable.
It's very valuable.
But when you have it in plenty,
in a lack meaning.
Yeah.
It's like in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe nasikia ulikuwa unaenda kubuy, literally you're going to buy Big G. Na unakimbizana na wheelbarrow imejaa manoti. Someone say like literally ameenda kubuy kitunguu na nyanya. And they're like, you have to, lazima kuwe na mse wa trolley wa kukubebea do.
Come on.
It's crazy. Sasa usitake kulipa fare. Fare was crazy. Because like kulikuwa na gari moja, like you know, like in traffic, you'll find there's a matatu inaenda. And then kuna ka pickup kengine kanafuata nyuma, donda na collect do akizieka kwa hiyo pickup.
Wow.
Because like fare itself in occupy space mob sana. Like if you're entering in a matatu, you book 2 seats. Moja yako ya kukaa na ingine ya kuwekelea fare.
Wow. Speaking of money, let me tell you. See, the queen's burial is taking what? Like 10 to 12 days, right?
Yeah.
10 to 12 days.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it'll take like another year for the son, King Charles, to be crowned.
Okay.
Do you know the budget itakuwa like over €1 billion?
1 billion.
Let me tell you. Nilikuwa like, mimi simnite, please. Mnipetuka kibarua tu kidogo mahali hapo.
Yeah, no.
Like, I mean, I get it's like it's the royal family, and I get like there's a lot of things and there's a lot of people and there's, but
1 billion is a
like,
lot.
what are we really doing with
yeah, it's crazy. I saw like, you'll find like, let's say Queen Elizabeth used to wear something. It's like a small ornament of diamonds on her like something like on her blouse or on her dresses.
Yeah.
And it's worth like, it's like this small. Inatoshana na kale ka battery kadogo ka remote. And it's na worth yake ni $62 million.
Wow.
Like akikupatia hiyo,
ushaomoka bro. You're set. Your kids, your grandkids, your generations. Like, as a matter of fact,
I'm telling you,
you're flexing on the Kanairo man.
Like if you get Queen Elizabeth's shoe, you can like literally not go even. You won't even go buy a home.
You good, man.
You buy a hotel. Una buy hoteli. Na like ukondo unakana unalipa workers for like 3 generations.
But this is the irony of life, and this is where I have a problem, because it's like there's one person who's living evil.
Yeah.
And like Jana, kwa news, they were like showing story a drought in, you know, Kenya, like the northern part. And there's someone, woman, hey, I'm telling you, just getting a meal is
allow me to tell you something. There's something that I heard about concerning the rules of life.
Okay.
There's a guy called Jordan Peterson. He speaks about the Matthew principle, and it says that those who have more shall be given unto them, and those who have little, it shall be taken away from them.
Wow.
And for me, that's one thing that I've seen in life. Like, let's say, for example, we're having crazy floods in Pakistan right now.
Oh, yeah.
People literally are dying. People are eating literally nothing. Wasi wanakula vitu tu funny nyasi, wasi wanakula cockroaches and everything, because a third of the country is submerged into water.
Yeah.
And it's very sad kuchekiwa say wako hungry, they don't have a place to sleep, people are dying of hunger, and yet there's someone who has akona ka battery kadogo ka remote ameka hang kwa dress, and it costs like $62 million.
That's mad.
But at the end of the day, it's life. I mean,
but the thing is, I don't believe in this is not fair. There's nothing such as fair in life.
There's nothing
such as fair. Actually, you get what you bargain for.
You get what you deserve.
You get what you not deserve.
Yeah.
Because you can deserve more than what you're getting, but you're not bargaining for what you deserve or whatever. You get Temo Menda interview.
Yeah.
Where credentials are clean.
Yeah.
Everything good, everything clean.
Yeah.
And there's another Komodo up next to you.
Another Kadiva.
Yeah, maybe Zaki, they're not as good as yours, but they're decent.
Yeah.
But atapata job na minje. You know why? Because they're amejongea.
No. Foundation.
Hakuna foundation. It's what you bargain.
Wig flani ameva.
You get what you bargain. No. Apana inaweza kwa just do make her wewe, my dear.
Sure.
You get what you bargain for. There's nothing such as, this is unfair because I deserve. My dear, you don't deserve shit. You get what you bargain for. There's nothing such as you deserve. How many people deserve now?
Okay, it's true. Whatever you're saying, it's true. But one thing I usually say is, in life, msiana get life is generally unfair to everyone.
Yeah.
And that makes it a bit fair. The fact that it's unfair to everyone, it's fair. Fair kwa kila mtu.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's about Kenya una kimbililia. At the end of the day, what are you pursuing and what are you pursuing relentlessly? Unajua?
Yep.
So we have to make sure that tunangangana, at least at the end of the day, pia si tukue monarchs. If you don't come from a rich family,
a machine that gives us money for free in the house.
Yeah, if you don't come from a rich family, let a rich family come from you.
And that's on period.
Yeah.
And that's on period. Now, kwa hayo, machache, wanna do a little some.
Yeah.
We want to do a little some.
Yeah.
Want to throw in our big man, Chris Kaiga with Zime Nice. Yeah, Zime Nice.
Alright.
I want to scare just Zime Nice.
Show me nice.
Kosi uradi nipate nimechill na kabinti, form ni mingi hadi anashanga na sisi kila siku ya wiki, get tipsy na nikiget na blow it all on the whiskey. Jack DJ me na blame it on the Henny. We started out slow, nilikuwa mlevi, ish too crazy, kukumbuka siwezi, nilijiget home juu ya bed nimeblex. Simasoni mangire, Zime Nice, dem moja wawile, Zime Nice, na matas kama pile, Zime Nice, mara ya kwanza ya pile, Zime Nice, simasoni mangire, Zime Nice, dem moja wawile, Zime Nice, na matas kama pile, Zime Nice, mara ya kwanza ya pile, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice.
Nipe beat, nipe mic, karatasi, kalamu. Huu muziki ndiyo kazi na ufanya kwa hamu. Juu nateka mali kama Boko Haram, na ikijipa basi nitawandalia karam. Bash mara that, tunakuja chap, tunakuja na gold tape paka tap. Ati shorty wants to take a snap, ashatua top, ashanikalia lap.
Simasoni mangire, Zime Nice, dem moja wawile, Zime Nice, na matas kama pile, Zime Nice, mara ya kwanza ya pile, Zime Nice, simasoni mangire, Zime Nice, dem moja wawile, Zime Nice, na matas kama pile, Zime Nice, mara ya kwanza ya pile, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice, Zime Nice, Zime Nice, zangu Zime Nice, Zime Nice, Zime Nice. zangu zime nice. Me nimechele na dibak, juu watu uko mbele wako maji kama tap. Na kesho niko wax, babenye zime nice, itabidi nimeflash mdosi. Aki call back, akianani sio koti. Niko kando ya ufa na kelele ya mboki. Kama ni ngori, basi kesi badai. Wow, niko cloud 9, wase niko high. Si masoni mangire, zime nice. Dem moja wawile, zime nice. Na matas kama pile, zime nice. Mara ya kwanza ya pile, zime nice. Si masoni mangire, zime nice. Dem moja wawile, zime nice. Na matas kama pile, zime nice. Mara ya kwanza ya pile, zime nice. Zime nice, zangu zime nice. Zime nice, zime nice, zangu zime nice. Zime nice, zime nice, zangu zime nice. Zime nice, zime nice, zangu zime nice. Never stress na finesse hizi imeweza nimeona zinapita nikienda basi maneno itajika imeweza na kama unalala basi bwana kiasi na watu wa kuchoma picha nadai kuifisha kujijenga fadhamoni nadai madogo wa madeni fadhamoni Kaniform iwe ya nguvu, dash kaniform ya ududu. Pole ni husupu, waste my time ni vurugu. Na kamtuki one man na bado sijishuku. Cheki jom supu, kuna venye umeiva babe umekosa tu vitungu. Nokieza zigedi, shita kuwa set na unajua babe venye si udu. Nika on Toa form Nika on Toa form True, kama liko juu, fika bei ndugu. Kangumu basi ora buy shoe. Kazi kwako utadu. You had one job, I never came through. That's why I'm on a mission now. You know Chris Tiger pull the crowd. Niki kam nina die matao. Nika on and you know what I'm about. What's that? Nika on Toa form Nika on Toa form
And that has been Mr. Chris Kiger with Nico On, Nazime Nice. Man, I love that guy. I love me some Chris Kiger.
Napiga shughuli poa.
Now, kwa hayo machache, it's time for us to say goodbye until next time. Unfortunately, it's been your girl, Lucy Wairimu Ukipenda. You can call me Nemo with my big man,
Mr. NJORO, Mr. Njoro. We are OUT. We are
out. Till next time, baby. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you.
Tunawalumbo tuv. You are our masheries. Eh?
I think we're
stop, yeah, miss you as he stop. Shorty yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene, we make it pop. Yeah, miss you as he stop. Yeah, miss you as he stop. Yeah, no key to na flex on a villain address. Aki, I'm the best, yeah, Aki, I'm the best. She say she a queen, so I play her like it's chess. I just wanna ball out like my homies in US. I had a couple issues, so I put it in the music. I had a couple issues, had a homie feeling useless. They said they gon' run me up, I told them niggas prove it. Out here in Nairobi, swear these niggas never do shit. I roll with the trappers, I roll with the masters. I don't have the bag, I cannot lie, I'm not a capper. Still we going up, call the gang the Kenyan NASA. Running up a check and there's nobody running faster. I roll with the trappers, I roll with the masters. I don't have the bag, I cannot lie, I'm not a capper. Still we going up, call the gang the Kenyan NASA. Running up a check and there's nobody running faster. Vile shodi yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene we make it pop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Shodi yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene we make it pop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy. Ay, cheza chini, yani ulidhani hini nini? Why they always watching me? I feel just like a TV. Why they always plotting like a map and yeah, we free me? I swear we stay swagged up, my homies get the bag, yup. Times that we was down like a syndrome, now you know what's up. Kenyan with the Kenyan juice, Nike ticks all on my shoes. Taboo check the pants with my Vans and the dance moves. Yeah, Millie rock the pain till it's gone like Body dance the pain while I'm gone like Never fall in love but I can like Baby I'm the man like Millie rock the pain till it's gone like Odi dance the pain while I'm gone like Never fall in love but I can like Baby I'm the man Vile shodi yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene we make it pop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Shodi yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene we make it pop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy. Miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy. Miss you Ezzy, stop. Miss you Ezzy. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, stop. Miss you Ezzy. Yeah, miss you Ezzy, stop. Vile shodi yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene we make it pop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy. Miss you Ezzy, stop. Yeah, miss you Ezzy. Miss you Ezzy, stop. Shodi yako box, they telling me to stop. Every time we step up on the scene.
Mazee mastingo ni mengi, naweza kukuonyesha hivi uchanganyike. Sawa, ukiwa na form ni dunge brother let me know. Location to me teke mi na kwa kuwa beba na mastingo. That's my stingo, that's my stingo, that's my stingo. Ukiwa na form ni dunge brother let me know. Location to me teke mi na kwa kuwa beba na mastingo. That's my stingo, that's my stingo, that's my stingo. Hey, classic kama Odi Joe. Mali swafikiri wafisho. Hini kali kama Oji Jones. Kawipendi tabidi umemeza tropical. Mastingo na piga munok niki Odi Joe. After us you piga party, after party stop. Akiwa front kama hadis mwambia back it up. Piga shot ya kimganzi hadi ujoni walk. Top it off na kimagine ndio si blacky bro. Kaki logo ya konyagi bado tuko strong. Tuko on kaki mwaki hawezi turn it off. CEO Nairobi City chief for Mastingo.
Ati we copper chain okay, just let me know. He pushed infinity, the pedal to the floor. Just Mastingo, yeah Mastingo, yeah Mastingo. Wacha maswali hi Nairobi, this my lingo. Ati we copper chain okay, just let me know. He pushed infinity, the pedal to the floor. Just Mastingo, yeah Mastingo, yeah Mastingo. Wacha maswali hi Nairobi, this my lingo. It's my lingo, it's my lingo, it's my lingo, it's my lingo, it's my lingo. Master Mastingo kahosh, you know I be with man them. Mina kaanga chini cause these homies do not stand them. let's just make it happen. We hit licks with no tricks, but it's just like magic. Fire just like Chico, mom used to beat me with them Miko. We rain like El Nino, yeah, we score just like free throw. Till I die, my stingo. Mini form with heroes. You let them, she single. Think she know my lingo, yeah. Still I need my peace, yeah. Pose for me a tease, yeah. 254 with G's, yeah. Put Kenya on my sleeve.
Atiwi copper chain, okay, just let me know. He pushed infinity, the pedal to the floor. Just my stingo, yeah, my stingo, yeah, my stingo. Watch out my Swahili, Nairobi, this my lingo. Atiwi copper chain, okay, just let me know. He pushed infinity, the pedal to the floor. Just my stingo, yeah, my stingo, yeah, my stingo. Watch out my Swahili, Nairobi, this my lingo. It's my lingo, it's my lingo, it's my lingo, it's my lingo.
Hey, that is Kahush featuring Chris Kaiga, Mustingo, playing right here on the 2 Chapiana Hour. It's your girl, Sonia Pinto, and today is a beautiful day, man. The sun is out. I am feeling good, feeling happy. It's a new week. I'm feeling content, man. And I'm super excited to be here with you guys. Today's theme of the day is Make It Monday. And today I'm going to be talking about happiness. I'm going to be talking about how you can jipa raha mwenyewe, as Triomi likes to say it. And I'm going to be talking about how to be happy and how you can be able to do that, because we are living in tough times and I want to make sure that you guys are doing all you can. How to make yourself happy is the topic for today. Make sure you talk to me. I want you guys to hit me up on our Twitter handle at Radio254 Online. Let's get it.
Kucheki anipenda ye, nimemwacha nyumbani, ye hajui. Baby wanichanganya, zingua maliza, mimi sijiwezi. Ni makosa baby, forbidden fruit is sweet. Naenda, mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni. This is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you're taboo. Oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 tabu. Wewe ni tabu, tubu. 'Cause you're taboo. Oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 tabu. Wewe ni tabu, tubu. Acha kunishika mkono hivo, ninahisi mengi ila ninajua kuna kikomo. Si upendo ni mchezo, uongo si tumeamini. Najaribu kumpenda niliye naye, but wanna let me be. Naenda, mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni. This is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you're taboo. Oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 tabu. Wewe ni tabu, tubu. 'Cause you're taboo. itabaki. Tujiweka shimoni, this is where we end. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you're taboo. Oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 tabu. Wewe ni tabu tubu. 'Cause you're taboo. Oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 tabu. Wewe ni tabu tubu.
One of my personal favorites, that is Fee Taboo, playing right here on the 2 Chapiana Hour. Today's theme of the show is Make It Monday. But today we are doing it a bit different. I want to be able to talk about happiness. I want to be able to touch on key areas. We are going to be talking about identifying what makes you happy as a person, factors that boost happiness, and how attitude affects your happiness. So a lot of people are probably wondering, okay, Sonia, all this sounds good, but how do you make yourself happy? Well, this question lies at the heart of many goals that people pursue. Happiness often is described as having positive emotions, when you're very content with your life, when you know that you are winning in life. Now, in order to make yourself happy, you know what you gotta do? You should explore the current state of your mind, the current state of your life. I need you to be able to assess your level of happiness. Like right now, how are you feeling? Uko sawa? Hauko sawa? Well, don't worry. If you are not okay, I am going to be telling you how you can be able to make yourself happy. As Trio Mio said, raha jipe mwenyewe. And I want to be able to talk to you guys about this because I think it is very important. Yani ni muhimu sana. The first step to making yourself happy is to figure out what things in life bring you joy and that contentment, you know? This means that you have to assess the things that actually bring you joy and not what society expects of you or what society will tell you is how happiness should look like. Because happiness is different for different people, because what might make me happy is not what will make you happy. So you need to identify what makes you happy. Now, I want to be able to talk about the factors that boost your happiness, but I'm not going to tell you just yet. I want you to reach out to me on our Twitter handle, that is at Radio254 Online. Let me know how your Monday is going. It is now 1:19 p.m. and I want you guys to stay tuned as we get into this playlist and get into this conversation. Let's get it.
Yeah, reputation is them, genge mlenge kujana ndenga. I can't believe these days, nitoka jail kakujwa na dem. In a day once pekee, mori wanzenza. Madenge madingo plus mapinji wa mkuru kwa njenga. Reputation is them, genge mlenge kujana ndenga. I can't believe these days, nitoka jail kakujwa na dem. In a day once pekee, mori wanzenza. Madenge madingo plus mapinji wa mkuru kwa njenga. Muza za mamzinga, zile kalikali kama tusi za simba. Mnabonga mtanishika shati kwa keja ya mabati. Mmejificha wapi? Mwanga na ndinga, lakini bado mwenda rotejo kwa mtindwa. West net share life, mimi nilikuwa na do street na party party, nyinyi mkivishwa napi. Mimi ni wrong rende boy machachari, say to my face una beef kina nani? Oh my gosh, samahani, mitishamba ndomboga plus ugali flani. Hizi side miracle hazifanyikangi, msali ndroga la chakame nlaani. Rap game haitaki chali na usichangae mbona juni mimi nimeimari. Lay down flat, stay on your lane in case haujajuta pepetwa. Serial killers at fighting terror, in short to me upgrade weapon. Fake ass niggas backbiting haters, kazi ni ku update status. Wivu juu ni siri paper chasers kwa kila bus station, BS hadi afya center. Miss Jazzy was there, muki ni cross utagenya. Kuna dem anashinda kiteta, kikuja asipate mbogi kokeja. Fine girl lakini wezi sema pia ni jeshi ya kusumbua feds in Kenya. Mayengs unipenda, shori ndenga anataka kuchukua selfie tena. Sisi zetu ni hustle, acha tukuachie working castle. Manager alirudishwa home, to promoter lidai kumit dosh in person. Niko kuberi na mandom, pale Instagram I wrote this caption. Munga mutembea na makrom, hata nisipo act tutakuliwa na kovu vihasho.
Siendi, wambie watafute plan B, ndio nikuje watume kwa paybill. Nyima promoters wapendi, shughuli kubwa huku spending. Hakuna kitu fupi ka weekendi, ongea bus what you can be. Appearance 10 G's, nikizoza hawapendi. Hini ya kikombana ni fendi, huku ni kuban mona mengi. Mbaka mandugu malaya wa shenzi. I never knew they would play me, na manisha kwa radio na telly. Revenue looking crazy, ndakodesha kabenzo na Bentley. You talk much hautendi, youth fund iko pending. You fuck niggas just can't be serious, bullshit's trending. These old niggas can't bear me, these new niggas ain't family. These old niggas can't bear me, these new niggas ain't family. Na kwangaro, on the low but neza banda boy. Kidogo ni kangembanga boy, nikiwa mtoi nilikuwa na guns a toy.
Obeba basi kidogo ni kani mbali mi nafika sijali na hali mi mkali niko ndani kamali nafika bay bila chali nafika bay tidiani toto fulani bikali lakini rhyme flow fitika easy. How many times I'ma tell you this, I need a nigga like Nyari. He making a money, he making a mami go loca. Chisinda culo, feeling the lingua, feeling the bruja. The brewery, Bella Rosa, check him manzi bila ring. Jaggy fiti bila fit when I drink on the feel. Obe baba hini real, obe baba hina killer, kenani na kill. If you don't like it, kwa mi situ, panda miti bila kitu, ay. Listen, ati maslendo ni wale wa obe baba bado mimi ndo ule wa shika yo lada. Taste fiti kama laka, haga seti kama lada. Fika yo
Genge mlenga kujana ndenga. I can't believe these days nitoka jail kakujua na dem. In a day once pekee Mori wanzenza madenge madingo plus mapinji wa mkuru kwa njenga. Reputation is genge mlenga kujana ndenga. I can't believe these days nitoka jail kakujua na dem. In a day once pekee Mori wanzenza madenge madingo plus mapinji wa mkuru kwa njenga.
Wakadinali Morio and Zenza playing right here on the Two Champion Hour. Now, if you are just joining us, we are talking about happiness, and not just happiness, but self-happiness and how you can make yourself happy. Now, I want to be able to talk about factors that boost happiness, and these are just very general, not too specific. But there are a couple of several key areas of life that seem to be more related to personal happiness. And these factors are factors that I have just picked up, but I don't know, you might be able to relate. Now, the factors include money, the moolah, friends, your health, your living conditions, your environment, your spirituality, your community involvement, the sense of meaning and purpose in life. Now, these are just my personal factors that boost my happiness, but you can be able to note down what factors boost your happiness. Now, this doesn't mean that, these are just the ones that are specific. You can be able to just be able to make your own list and just note down these areas of your life that tend to make you happier in general. Now, what this does is it just makes sure that you can be able to gauge these activities when you're feeling low. Focusing on some of these key areas may help increase your levels of happiness in your day-to-day life. So what I'm telling you guys to do is get your pen and paper, go to your phone and write down the factors that boost your happiness. Yani, unaweza tu kanga siku moja, you're feeling just bleh and you're like, okay, I know what can make me happy. And you do so as you please. Making healthy choices, getting involved in things that you are passionate about, developing a strong social support network. These are all the key areas that I know that make me happy. I'm talking about money, friends, my health, my living conditions, my spirituality. Yani, when I'm feeling low, I pick one of these items to do, and trust you me, it helps me. Why am I talking about happiness? Is I feel that a lot of people usually dwell in the past, or they usually find themselves not content, and they're usually saddened by how life is taking them. So any moment you feel like that, please try do something that will at least help your mood. I used to work out, and trust you me, if you want a quick remedy just to be able to smile and lighten your mood, then I would suggest breaking a sweat. Yani, you go to the gym, you do a yoga session, be it swimming. I want you to be able to try this and come to me. Let me know how it is taking you. Next up, I want to be able to talk about how your attitude can affect your happiness. It is now 1:28 with your girl Sonia Pinto, and let's get back to this fire playlist. As we talk, let us talk about your self-happiness. Are you happy? How are you feeling today, man? Keep up the conversation with me on our Twitter handle, that is at Radio254 Online. And you know what I'm about to say. Let's get it.
Pengs wamezidi, pengs kama mimi. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Nairobi pengs wamezidi, pengs kama mimi.
Yeah.
Pengs wako fiti.
Yeah.
Pengs kwenye mini.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, pengs siyo bibi, peng hana limits, peng pewa mbili.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, pengs kama mimi. Pengs wako fiti, pengs kwenye mini.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, peng siyo bibi, peng hana limits, peng pewa mbili. Yo, peng she has been a fan, peng anapenda peng, peng anapeana peana, peng pedi ana slang, peng siezi understand, peng haizi rada shang, peng upiga Kenya Kane, peng wa Brayo Jonah Ken, peng wa IG apendaki English za Twitter, na peng wa Twitter ni sura ndi anaficha, peng ametulia mwingine ulalamika, peng unifulia mwingine hunyanika, peng ako fiti wera yoliza na die how, peng namdishi keja sengine ni guest house, peng hawaitishi fair hawaga na ndai zao, peng ni fisi tena ye hujamka haibao.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, pengs kama mimi. Pengs wako fiti, pengs kwenye mini.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, peng siyo bibi, peng hana limits, peng pewa mbili.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, pengs kama mimi. Pengs wako fiti, pengs kwenye mini.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi, peng siyo bibi, peng hana limits, peng pewa mbili.
Mini peng wa mapeng, peng wa maplans. Huyu peng akikupenda, huyu peng atakupe. Peng ndani ya bands, huyu peng uwanga Bobby, but downtown ana blend. Mini peng ana uradi, mi washa na mafans. bands. Kwenye score me uchapa 10. Better watch out for your mans. But you know I got my bands. Mini peng na eza swing. Celebila my bling. Mina represent my queens. Wanna run game on my kings. Peng wa shash na lip gloss. Kwenye hatbox ni ma fumes. Peng CEO. Hapa ni masuti na perfumes. Peng niko na ganji. Cheki pasi ko full. Yeah. Peng sipendi mchezo. Yeah. Chunga skata yeah. Magoons. Nairobi pengs wamezidi. Pengs kama mimi. Pengs wako fiti. Yeah. Pengs kwenye mini.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi. Peng siyo bibi. Peng hana limits. Peng pewa mbili.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi. Pengs kama mimi. Pengs wako fiti. Pengs kwenye mini.
Nairobi pengs wamezidi. Peng siyo bibi. Peng hana limits. Peng pewa mbili.
Let me say those ones. Yeah, boutique of fresh, walking in hate, presidential, Coco Lise, Biana ass, Coiny freaks, Minico Magi, Coco Lise, boutique of fresh, yeah, walking hate, yeah, presidential, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, Coiny freaks, yeah, Minico Magi, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Minico green, yeah, Vile smell like terere. Once on a day kunchuja kwa club jumueka sweets kwa Kerenget. Anave shake pekele, butina baki like yeah. Bena day kunchola la moro ni boy so butina lele left. Wanna di dirty shorty ni peng. Na menki checking nyongo jo. Unasemo ya mgorio bazu kwa bell. Lakini unashinda tu nyongo losa. Roba peleka na sponsor man. Minta kutupa kwa local jo. Unatringia makali ya kisonko jo. Warembo napenda konyaki man. Hata ni kwe mimsoto ho. Uwezi nipata na chura man. Mwisho wa mwezi kila mtu star jumboka imengia kwa pori man. Shaneka kipiga avoid masleo unusa mshahara kingia. But mwisho wa mwezi kila mtu star. Lazima ni empty mapori man. Butiko fresh, yeah, walking hit, presidential, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Biana ass,
yeah,
Coiny freaks,
yeah,
Minico Magi, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Butiko fresh, yeah, walking hit, yeah, presidential, yeah, Coco Lise,
yeah,
Biana ass,
yeah,
Coiny freaks, yeah, Minico Magi, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah.
Ati Sonia ako single, wewe uko single pia.
Kana dekto panty mbona na interfere. Unajua Musa libarangi bush na bado likate ya maji. Ka unajua story mbona na bitch my dear. Ati wanjira connected buti na interfere. Deki unajua ni nono mbona na doubt my dear. Kama nakoga kwa rada mimi niko mea my dear. Manga kintaftamba. Yeah, Butiko fresh, yeah, walking hit, yeah, presidential, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, Coiny freaks, yeah, Minico Magi, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Butiko fresh, yeah, walking hit, yeah, presidential, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah, Biana ass, yeah, Coiny freaks, yeah, Minico Magi, yeah, Coco Lise, yeah.
Yeah. That is Boutros. Yeah. Playing right here on the 2 Champion Hour. Now we are about to dive into a very interesting conversation. How your attitude affects your happiness. Now, this is very, very true. Your attitude about life and the things that happen to you each day can also greatly impact your overall level of happiness and life satisfaction. I want you to be able to just think about this. Let your mind ponder on this. Kidogo tu. It's probably no secret that optimism tends to be happier people, but you may not realize that there's more to optimism than putting on a happy face or looking on the brighter side. It is all about your attitude, because there are specific traits that bring optimism and bring optimists more success, greater health, and overall increased life satisfaction. I am talking about how you can be able to cultivate your mind and be able to be positive. I want you to be able to look at life not just as is, but regardless of your circumstance. I want you to be able to actually know that life has seasons. There are some seasons that are good seasons, and then there are bad seasons. But overall, you need to be able to cultivate your mind and be as optimistic as you can. Happy people, you know what they do? They tend to have an internal locus of control. What I mean is they tend to believe that they are the masters of their fate rather than the victims of their circumstance. When you view the stresses of your life as a challenge, do you know what's going to happen? You tend to come up with different stresses, or you tend to just focus on the problems in your life. You need to be able to look at life and like a game. I don't know, this is challenge 1. Okay, we move up to level 2. This is what's going to happen. Because if you do this and you change your whole attitude about your life and what is happening, then that is definitely going to help you. If you have faith that good things are likely to happen, you may be more open to opportunities when they arise. So what I want you to be able to do is each day, think of 3 things that went well and why. For example, you got a raise and you worked for it. How you can be able to just make yourself happy is recognize the things that are going good in your life. I want you to just think about 3 things that went well. It doesn't have to be a whole list, but 3 things that went well, that just worked out. And you were like, you know what? Yeah, things might not be perfect, but you know what? It is definitely better than it was before. And when you are able to do this, do you know what follows through? Is balance. Because once you're able to now think optimistic, when you're able to now not play the victim, and you can be like, you know what? It is not good, but it could be worse. And you know what I can be able to do? I can be able to focus on the things that I can control, and the things that I cannot control, you know what I'ma just do? I'ma just leave it as is. Because in life, if you stress about the things that you cannot change, trust me, honey, you are going down a bad rabbit hole. What I want you to be able to do is have that self-control, doing what's in line with your most fundamental goals, even when you're tempted to just stray away. Self-control is hard. It is T for tough, but it pushes you to make the difficult choice. Like, for example, go to the gym over the immediately appealing option of sleeping. So what I want you to be able to do is just challenge yourself. And I know it's going to be a bit hard, but it is definitely going to be worth it. So as we come back, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can be able to find your balance and how you can be able to work towards your goals. Now, I want you to reach out to me on our Twitter handle. Let us pick up this conversation online. Let me know if you are content in life, and if not, how you are able to do so. And if you do not know, do not worry. I'm going to be able to tell you guys how you can be able to find balance and how you can be able to work towards your goals. This is the 2 Chapiana hour. It is now 1:40 and I want you guys to keep it locked. Ooh, that is Bensoul Forget You playing right here on the 2 Chapiana hour with your girl Sonia Pinto. And we're about to talk about finding balance. Now, many people pursue goals that they expect will make them happy. But let me tell you something, guys. Happiness isn't always the end result. Because this is why. We all know people who have put everything they have into their careers at the expense of their personal lives. I want you to think about, probably this may be you, or you know somebody who is like this, only to wonder why they're successful and still unhappy. You can find a lot of people that have it all, lakini hawajafurahi. It's also too common for people to be surrounded by a beautiful home, those expensive cars, designer clothes, and still have less personal satisfaction with life than they had without all these things, all these materialistic things. So how can you know which goals will make you happy personally and which ones won't? Sonia, tell us. Now, in order to make yourself happy, you need to find balance. That is just how it is. A good job and financial stability can be important for happiness, but you must also balance those things with other factors that promote happiness, which include your health, your relationships, and other personal, meaningful pursuits that you have. Let me tell you something, guys. There's no happiness quick fix. No, and whoever told you this is lying to you, okay? It's about that balancing act. So don't devote the lion's share of energy to pursuing a single goal to the exclusion of other important lifestyle factors. What I am telling you is that with happiness, you cannot be able to do it one time. It is something that you have to consistently do. And how you can be able to do this is balance. Know that, yes, I can have all these materialistic things, but at the end of the day, what makes me happy? Yani, at the end of the day, when I go to bed, am I content? Am I happy with how my life is? Am I happy with all the work that I've been putting into? As you set your goals, I want you to remember all the areas of your life that are important to you. What is important to you? And I want you to map out a detailed, and let me emphasize this, a detailed description of how you would like your whole life to look. Or set goals and develop healthy habits for a different area of your life each month. This is something that I want to be able to do because I'm not practicing this, but I want to be able to set goals, my personal goals, and I want to be able to mention all the areas of my life that are important to me and just write out in detail how I want my life to be able to look, how I want it to be able to go. And trust you me, if you do this, you will notice a lot and you will be more content in life. The next thing I want to be able to talk to you guys about is how you can be able to work towards your goals, because all these things I'm talking about are going to make you happy, and it's about how to make yourself happy. Yani raha jipe mwenyewe. So I'm gonna go back to this fire playlist, and when we come back, we are going to talk about how you can be able to work towards your goals and a couple of daily happiness habits that you can be able to incorporate in your day-to-day just to make sure that you are getting there. This is the Two Chappy and Hour with your girl. It is now 1:48. Make sure you keep it locked. That is Matata Mare Mare playing right here on the 2 Champion Hour. Now, I want to be able to tell you how you can be able to work towards your goal. The first thing you need to do is set small attainable goals. Now, hear me out. You need to work your way into a new habit with baby steps, and you'll feel more successful every step of the way. Do not try jump and go overboard and attain goals that you cannot be able to do. I'm always telling people that these baby steps, you will be able to look back and see how far you've come. And as you work towards your progress, you will be able to notify yourself of the steps that you've been able to take. The next thing you need to do is reward your progress. Lakini, not with bad habits, apana. For each small goal you reach, allow yourself to feel pride, to feel happy, and perhaps give yourself a small reward. Now, what I used to do is take myself out on solo dates and just spoil myself, but not too much. You know, if I was going to the gym and I hit a certain goal, I wouldn't eat too much or go overboard, but I'd definitely just spoil myself kidogo. Don't forget to get that social support. Tell the supportive people in your life what you are attaining and tell them about your success. They will definitely be able to help you. They will give you that added strength. They will make it less appealing to give up, and they will just be cheering you on. Now, I want to be able to tell you guys about daily happiness habits. While it is important to pursue long-term solutions to promote your happiness, there are also small things you can be able to do just to make sure that you are happy in the present moment. Now, some of these include keeping a gratitude journal. Now, if you are able to just list a couple of things that you are grateful for, this will definitely have you feeling better. You could have a gratitude list for 14 days. And do you know what this will do? It will make you happier. It will make you positive. It will make you have a whole new outlook and perspective of life, which will be able to increase your satisfaction. I want you guys to be able to also go for a walk, because apparently, research has shown that walking can be a great way to boost your mood. Just like I was telling you guys earlier on, if you can just break a sweat, trust you me, if you are mad with the world, after you'll even be like, hey, why was I mad? What's happening? No, we can move on. Yeah. Because physical movement, spending time in nature, and getting some exposure to sunlight can all be great ways to boost your feelings of happiness, especially in the present moment. I want you guys to be able to practice these things. How you can also be able to do this is surround yourself with people that you love, people that can actually be able to make you happy. That is what I'm going to be able to tell you, because let me tell you guys, finding ways to make yourself happy often starts with small steps that help you work towards your long-term goals. So spend some time thinking about the things that will help you feel happy and satisfied in your life. And you know what I want you to do? To consider some of the ways that you can work towards any of these goals, because it is important that you are able to make yourself happy, that you are able to say, yes, you know what, today has been a shit day, but you know what, I'm going to make the most out of it. I'm going to be able to do something that gets me happy, that just lifts up my mood. Just remember that happiness isn't a destination. It is a process. And it is a long process. It's a process of creating a life that brings you joy, that brings you purpose, that brings you fulfillment. You don't need to wait to become happy. There are steps you can be able to take each day to make yourself feel better and be more content. And how you can be able to do that is look for the factors that boost your happiness. Like I told you guys, for me, I have my spirituality, my community involvement, my sense of meaning and purpose in life, that money, friends, health, my living conditions. These are some of the things that just boost my personal happiness. And I want you to be able to just think about what factors boost your happiness. I also want you to please check on your attitude, because your attitude affects your happiness. Remember that lifestyle, however, is only part of the happiness equation. Now, when it comes to your attitude about life and the things that happen to you each day, these can greatly impact your overall level of happiness and satisfaction in life. I also want you to be able to think about balance, because many people pursue goals that they expect will make them happy, but happiness isn't always the end result. We all know people who have everything in life, but they are still not happy. So how you can be able to do this is just find balance that include your health, your relationships, and your personal meaningful pursuits. I also want you to be able to work towards your goals. I want you to be able to set those small attainable goals. I want you to be able to reward your progress. I want you to be able to just get that social support. And trust you me, you will be in a much better place. I also want you to be able to keep a gratitude journal or have a gratitude list. Try it for 14 days and just look for me. Come look for me and tell me if it's helped you, because I know it will. I also want you to be able to go for a walk. And I also want you to be able to seek out the people that make you happy. And you know what? In this life, all you gotta do is try. Trust you me, that is all you gotta do. That is, sadly, time is up for me. I don't even know where the time be going, but I guess that's what happens when you are having so much fun, huh? That has been the 2 Champion Hour with your girl, Sonia Pinto. Make sure unajipa raha mwenyewe. And if you are able to do the things that I've been able to talk about today, trust you me, you are going to get there eventually. And small steps, guys, that is all you gotta do. Right now, I'm about to close off and sign off the show with Aluta Ochungolo Family playing right here on Radio 254. Make sure you keep it locked to the best radio station in the 254. Same time, same place tomorrow.
Okay. About to get soft up in this booth, yo. Hey. Looking like a whole meal in your dress. You're giving me some loving that I can't forget. Baby, I don't love you yet, but for now I'm more than happy that you be my best friend. Baby, you're so special. You came into my life and I'm so grateful. When I'm done, you'll be my vaccine. Baby, you're my black queen. Chilling in the room looking for a dime. Pause when I met this girl online. Mommy dark skin, she was looking so fine. Had to shoot my shot cause there's no extra time. We get to texting, say she likes my style. Say she hasn't gone dancing for a while. But man don't dance, I'm like Shaq on the beat. Let me get your number, ma, I think we should meet. Shorty walk in, see a mini macho. Looking like a snack from head to toe. Good vibes all around, we a chemistry. Say we make a great team like robbery. Weeks gone by, taking it easy. Said she didn't wanna rush, but now she want the transformer. Call me Bumblebee. I swear she'll never meet another man like me. Looking like a whole meal in your dress. You're giving me some loving that I can't forget. Baby, I don't love you yet, but for now I'm more than happy that you be my best friend. Baby, you're so special. You came into my life and I'm so grateful. When I'm done, you'll be my vaccine. Baby, you're my black queen. She was going great, killer Kito Irie. Wondering how I pulled such a bad beat. Then the virus came and you had to leave. Said it wasn't safer to be with mommy. Couldn't see babes and I couldn't leave home. Every day, every week we talk on the phone. Story to story, we'd always digress. Late night calls, we were making progress. But we ain't exclusive, I wonder why. Heartbroken by them other guys. Say she'll think it through, say she'll take her time. Then one day, say she wanna be mine. Months gone by and I'm going insane. Couldn't see my girlfriend on her birthday. But it's all good though, she's worth the wait. Cause she got me and I've got her always. Looking like a whole meal in your dress. You're giving me some loving that I can't forget. Baby, I don't love you yet, but for now I'm more than happy that you be my best friend. Baby, you're so special. You came into my life and I'm so grateful. When I'm done, you'll be my vaccine. Baby, you're my black queen. Okay, that's me dancing for like the rest of the year. Hey. What? Okay. Yo, this one's for the broke niggas, man. Sherehe imeisha, pesa iko zero. It's back to work Monday. Yo, Buddha nimesota, mbona sijaomoka, struggle kukongo, nipe mic niwe sonko. Hey. Mbona sijaomoka, struggle kukongo, nipe mic niwe leo narauka mapema. I'm tryna get me some paper. Nimetoka Nairobi, hustling is in my nature. Nigga fuck all of the hate. Buda leo ntapenya, nataka mifuko big kama semenya. Fika mboka na matatu, mimi niko kazi. Piga toja na kabuti lakini unauza mandazi. Masa za lansi kifika ni ugali mix na soda kibandaski. Kama ndukulu ndo form, Buda chunga warazi. Hey, something fritters, Buda come to mangi jivu. Machunga isidishi bila, wacha stories za lonyanga po. Usikifa utafika, usikifa utafika. Buda nimesota, mbona sijaomoka, struggle kukongo, nipe mic niwe songo. Hey. Mbona sijaomoka, struggle kukongo, nipe mic niwe songo.
Machungu ni mingi, kama hauna shilingi. Seti kisensi na bingi, marasi ni wengi ya mini. Ni jeshi balanga lao dao dosi nanga ubaya msempole kusema kweli meze sheni fire hakuna simba mnyonge nipatie beat ni roge mini mkamba mkonde mix mlami ndo yo story tubonge misijichochi nasaka tuganji daily sipotezi wakati nasi bahati mademu wenu wote wananida juu ya manati
Udani mesot mbona sijamoka struggle kukongo nipe mic niwe songo hey. Mbona sijamoka struggle kukongo nipe mic niwe songo
ona ganchi zimekam ona banje zimelanda muranzenza korada G-bag na mawaba siku za kwanza nilikubali sitaikuwa mtiaji juezi mix mafuta na maji hata ikwewene nani niuzipeleka bank nikizipeleka bar jumuna like chapa kusileki huwezi nipata nikiboeka na jikata judema kohoma na depa sapasa mi mkuta kila ukuta ya keja lafu namaliza
Udani mesot mbona sijamoka struggle kukongo nipe mic niwe songo hey. Mbona sijamoka struggle kukongo nipe mic niwe songo
Welcome to Radio 254. Welcome back to Radio 254 to the To Laugh or Not to Laugh show with me, your host Gakonyo Gathimba, aka Gigi. I was just waiting on my two guests. They're finally here. So my friend Maina Munene.
Yes, sir.
Yes, on the right. You're gonna see him just 1 second. Na switch the camera.
Check him manze na uongeze resolutions ndio wanione
lazima ndevu zitokeleze vizuri. Yes. And we have a Tanzanian comedian on my left. His name is, tell us your name.
My name is Hamis Mde.
Hamis Mde.
Yes.
Welcome. How long have you been in Nairobi now?
So I came through on Saturday.
On Saturday?
Saturday morning.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so it's,
okay.
2 days basically.
2 days.
Yeah.
Nice. It's good to have you here. Here you're going to be performing in the New School show.
Oh yeah. I don't know if we should be talking about that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, you'll pay me after for advertising for you.
Okay, thank you very much. I thought we were trying to keep it on the low. I was like, but yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of open mic shows.
Okay.
And then Saturday I'll be there. So you'll be there yourself, right?
I'll be volunteering.
You'll be okay.
I won't be performing in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
But yes, because I mean, it's always a chance to learn, even though some of the guys they are newer than me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always room to learn, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I have to say I had assumptions of how you probably sound.
Really?
I did. I was like, because Maina told me, but then I let him say ametoka Tanzania from the show music. I was like, okay, how is his English?
What?
Because my Swahili is not good.
What do you mean? How is his English? What's wrong with?
No, there's nothing wrong. But it's just I know some Tanzania people.
Yeah, there's like this stereotype where we're like whenever we have a Twitter war with people from Tanzania, we was always like, you guys don't know English.
Exactly. Exactly.
Kumbe, that's what you guys say.
Because I was told that in Tanzania you learn maths in English, in Swahili you learn science in Swahili.
Yeah, basically Swahili is like a national language.
Exactly. I mean, same here, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure in international schools you
English
learn it in English, right?
Yeah. So
which probably you went to, I'm guessing. Yes, you can't lie to us.
No, actually,
I know privilege when I see
it. What do you mean you know privilege? Let me tell you what it's like.
I'm even like, are you sure you're not from South Africa?
Like I know, right?
Okay, here's the interesting part. I was telling him on our way here. I was born in Tanzania, but I grew up in Swaziland. Eswatini.
Pretty close.
That was good. That was pretty good. So
I could see that vibe, man. Even I know my Africans. I know my Africans.
You know your people.
I know my people, man.
So maybe that's what helped with the English. But we do speak English pretty good in my country, right?
Yeah.
Wango bana.
What? First of all,
no, I believe him, because if he said really well, I would have been like, that's bullshit. But he said we speak English really good. I'm like, okay, I believe that.
Okay.
If he said we speak really well, I'm like, I don't think you do. Because
really well. That's good.
Which is the right English phrase to say?
It's really well.
Oh, really?
So
well?
because he said really good, I believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really well sounds more like the type of thing you'd say in a class.
In a class.
You know, there's that English you learn in school, and there's the English you speak outside.
Okay. So you even have African American influence. Man, we speak English pretty good, bro. Man, we pretty good.
You tripping, bro.
Man,
First of all, you people you shouldn't be shaming us about English. Your Swahili sounds like it was.
I wouldn't lie, man. I wouldn't lie. Like our Swahili sounds like American people speaking English, and yours sounds like British people speaking English. I won't lie. That's how it sounds.
That's an interesting way to think of
it. That's how I've always seen it.
But to be fair, our Swahili sucks.
Yeah, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean it sounds cool?
It sounds cool.
Says it sounds cool,
dude.
We know cool when we hear
we know cool when we.
I've been here, man, for like 2 days. I'm hearing weird things. Niko hapa kwa sijui kwa nini nakam. What the hell do you mean nakam?
That's Swahili, bro. We pimped it. We pimped it up.
Nakuja. That's what you should say.
Nishakwambia hata mimi
No, it's not even nakuja. It's naja.
Oh yeah.
So your Swahili also sucks, bro.
No, we don't say that in TZ.
It's naja.
We don't say naja.
It's
what?
like the super sanifu people say that, but regularly you don't say that.
No, man. Anyway, I would love to give you guys Swahili classes. I charge.
You should probably also know I lived outside of Kenya for 12 years, so my Swahili is even worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did you grow up?
In Qatar.
Oh,
yes.
So privilege recognizes privilege.
Yeah, that's why I could see. Yeah, that's why I could see. So I could see.
Like, are you sure he's from Tanzania?
Yeah, I was like, no, I know.
Okay, so but you were born here, right?
I was born here. I moved there when I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there until I was 18. 18, 19, then I went to Canada for university.
Oh,
I didn't finish, but that's where I met Tanzanian people. That's where my
in Canada.
In Canada. That's where my assumptions about them come from.
Okay,
because I actually met Tanzanian, like many of them.
Cool people, I assume.
Yeah, they're all cool people.
Yeah,
but like when they're they're cool in English, but when they're speaking Swahili, I'm like, why are you so polite? They're so polite and stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to be that nice.
Yeah, you don't have, but.
It's just how we are, man. We're calm people. That's how we roll. So when did you get back?
Last August.
Oh, so
that's when I moved to Kenya.
It's been a year.
Yeah. Okay. So I came here for holiday,
and
then I'd wanted to start comedy a few months before that. I was trying to move to Toronto in Canada because I was somewhere else, but the visa didn't go through. So when I came here for holiday, then I saw the comedy scene here. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna move here instead.
Oh, that's
because
nice.
there's always that work permit, student permit complication.
Yeah.
But now when you're back in your own country, you don't have to worry about that.
There's a sense of belonging.
Exactly.
Anyway, you're free.
Exactly.
You feel good.
Yeah, you can never be deported here. Yeah. So
this is my home.
You can do anything.
Okay.
So that's why I moved here.
Oh, that's nice, man. And so you've been doing comedy for how long?
For ever since I came. It's the reason I moved.
Oh, so
a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay.
A year and a few weeks.
How's that going?
It's going. I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. It's definitely not what I expected. Some good, some bad. But like, because I know the scene here is really growing, so it's a good starting point.
Yeah.
That's all I know for sure.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes I'm listening to New York comics.
Yeah.
They say, sometimes I do 5 shows a night. 5 shows a night.
5 shows? How?
When will I ever do that in Nairobi? So I'm like, I should grow my skill and my stuff here and then move there.
Yeah.
Where I can do 5-6 shows and really improve my skill. Because over here, probably the most you'll get is 2 shows a night, which is happens very rarely.
It's like an eclipse.
Exactly. And now those guys, so they can do a total of 15 shows a week.
Oh,
yeah,
15 shows.
15 shows a week, which is.
But it's not bad, man. Comparing to us in Tanzania, you do 1 show a week.
1 show a week.
Yeah,
damn.
1 show a week, and there's like basically right now we only have 3 comedy platforms. 2 of those happen once a month.
What?
Once a month. And then there's Punchline.
Yeah, I've heard of Punchline.
Yeah, Punchline is basically where I'm from.
Okay.
So those guys do. We have shows, 1 show every week basically, but there's the more famous one, Punchline Raw, that happens every bi-weekly.
Oh,
yeah, and then the one in the middle of the Punchline Raw, there's more like a smaller room for a certain group of people.
Yeah.
So like once a week.
Once a week.
So I'm glad at least you can do 2, man. That's dope.
No, okay, that two rarely happens.
Oh
no, yeah. It last time it happened was a few months ago.
Okay.
When but like we had this Tuesday gig that got cancelled.
Okay.
It only took 4 comics a night.
Okay.
So because they were each doing 15 minutes, something like that. But
15 minutes.
so now it's 1 gig a day. It's like Tuesday to Friday, because Monday's rehearsals. There's no other gig on Monday.
Yeah.
Apart from this Monday, because tomorrow's a holiday. But yeah, you know, if you look at what New York is doing, you're like, man, when will we skill wise, when will we get there?
I know.
Experiences.
And it's really important, because you know we're probably going to have to clash with those guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
we will.
So I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But sorry to be asking this. I know this is your show. Now I'm the one with the questions.
No, this is a free show.
Okay.
Goes, bro.
Okay. I wanted to know if you've always wanted to be a comedian. Like, have you always thought about it?
No. It for me it was football. Ever since I was a kid, up until I was 16, and then one day I wrote a poem. Which turned out to be fucking amazing according to my teachers, right?
Okay.
I was always at the bottom of the class.
Yeah.
But then one day I wrote a poem, like it was poem day or something. So I wrote a poem. I finished mine first, started the whole class, like give it to the teacher. Teacher's like looking around, be like, did you get this from somewhere? Did you cheat? I'm like, no, it's I wrote this.
Yeah.
And then the top of the class guy hands his in 2 minutes later, and she's like, oh, this is horrible.
This is trash.
I'm like, and she loved mine. Not only that, but she typed it up on her computer. She printed it out and stuck it on the outside of the wall.
Wow.
Like that same class.
Okay.
But the top of the guy class, that's what the fuck is that? That's bullshit.
So how did that feel? You know, like,
that fell on me.
I don't care.
I was like, I got a future in poetry, right?
You're probably better than me in math and science, but poems.
I'm a boy.
Who's the poet?
Guess who's the lover boy?
Yeah,
exactly.
So did guys like come and tell you like I wanna hit on this chick, can you write a poem for me?
No, but what happened is because it was stuck on the outside of the class, girls of the other class saw it when they were passing by, and at break time they're like, I didn't know you write poems. I'm like,
there's always something about chicks in primary schools and poems, bro.
No, that wasn't even primary. That was when I was 16, like
so it's high school.
10th grade, high school. Yeah.
Okay.
So from there I started writing songs.
Oh.
And then I was like, yo, I'm legit gonna be a singer. I started doing vocal practice on YouTube and stuff like that. Then I messed up my voice.
Okay.
And then I was like, shit, okay, I have all these songs. I want to make them somehow. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And then I was like, since I can't sing, let me rap, because it's more sustainable for a career. I'm gonna rap.
I don't need a good voice.
So up until I was 21, I was gonna be a rapper for real.
Okay.
From 18 to 21, I was writing rap songs every single day.
But I think you're like a pretty good rapper.
Oh, I've
heard you freestyle.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You've heard his stuff.
Yeah.
Are you just being a good friend, or are you legit?
Yeah, I'm just being a good friend.
Okay, let's do it. You need these people.
You need
I need to be here next Monday.
I never said I was a good rapper.
Okay.
But, I can rap really fast. I'm not that skillful in the wordplay, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so, and then it got to a point.
Bro.
Hold on, okay. And then all right, and then it got to a point where I was like, okay, rapping, how far can that take me? Because now I was in Canada doing a business degree, and after the first semester I was like, I hate this shit. What the hell am I gonna right? So I was like, since I have to learn something in university, what could I learn that's useful and interesting?
Yeah.
So I was like, acting. So I found this school in Toronto, and I was in Toronto, right? I found this school. And then I found it maybe 2 years into my degree, because I was always trying to convince my dad to drop out. So I was like, no, just keep going. Just 3 more years. 2 more years.
2 more years.
1.5 more years.
Yeah.
1.5 more years. I got kicked out by the school because of my grades.
Really?
They're like, you are doing very bad.
Wow.
Even though we want your money, these grades.
Wow, this is terrible.
We can't take your money with these grades.
But it's bad for the future of the school.
Yeah,
we know we want
we want money, but we have standards.
Kana pesa zako, bro.
What about the poems? You could have written a poem to try to change their mind.
I don't know. So now okay, that
there's only so much you can do with poems. You can get to a sick with a poem, but bro.
Oh, dude. Oh, like the poem thing. I realized how good they were because now that the week that I wrote that poem, I took it to one of my teachers, and a week before that, we all found out she was a lesbian, right?
Oh.
So I took it to her. She read it, and like I saw her, bubbling up. I'm like, this is a good poem.
It's a good ass poem.
If this lesbian teacher feels
enjoying my poem, you know what I'm saying? It means it's transcending the gender barrier.
Yeah, this is some good shit.
Okay.
Right?
That's dope.
Right? So I was gonna drop out so many times. And then I was like, okay, Dad, I found this school. I wanna apply. Like, okay, just finish this semester and then the next semester. But then I didn't finish that semester because they kicked me out because of bad grades.
Which is which is dope because that's what you wanted.
Exactly. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna apply to this uni in Canada anyways. So since I couldn't stay in Canada because I got kicked out.
Yeah.
I went back to Qatar. I applied. I got into the uni. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it was an acting school. I did an audition. They're like, "Oh, that's pretty good."
Okay.
And you've never acted before? I'm like, "Yeah, it's
natural. You know,
it's just like poems. You should hear my poem story." Yeah. And then so what happened? And then we applied for visa. First time denied. Second time denied. And I talked to my friend in Canada. They're like, "Yeah, by the way, they don't want any actors." From outside. If you're coming from outside, doctor, engineer, this, that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, fuck it. And then I was working in Qatar at that time. That's how I have money now. Okay, not a lot of, but enough money to be to not really need a job.
Okay.
Yeah, before I get a whatever.
Is that why you don't need a job?
Yeah, that's right. Because I worked in Qatar for 3 months.
How come I'm learning this now?
That's why I don't need. Yeah, but I need money, so I'm gonna invest in a business soon. So after that, I forgot where I was in the story.
Oh, it started with the poem.
Yeah,
and then you said you started rapping.
Poem, rapping, acting.
The part where you said you suck at everything.
That was you self-projecting your bad.
Your life sucks. Especially the part where you said you wanted to commit suicide,
suicide. That was, I think that those are your self-projections. That's mine.
That's mine for you.
No, but really, you are where you like the point where you were like working in Qatar and then.
Oh yeah. I was working working Qatar was so weird.
Yeah.
I was working in a cafe, right? And
hospitality,
exactly. Not by choice, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, I feel like I should be interviewing you, but I'm going into a whole story about my. We'll get to you.
I do have that.
We have 2 hours.
I have that effect.
Yeah, we have 2 hours. This guy has spinned it around.
To laugh or not to laugh, Hamis Mude.
Yeah, take over my I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking over.
I'm the host now.
Very good questions. Not good. I have questions for you. I'll get you.
We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah. We have a lot of time. But yeah. So I was working in Qatar, and primarily people know our people to be kind of rude.
Okay.
So, so which is the case, especially when they're hungry.
Yeah.
So, but then this one time, this couple came in, right? And I was like, "Hey, salam alaikum. How are you?" And then no response. I'm like, fucking entitled rich bastards. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, salam alaikum. And then the guy's like, oh shit, you're deaf. Okay,
deaf.
My bad. That's it.
I judged you too soon, man.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So I give them the menu, and then they looks at it, and then he's like,
no.
And then I'm like, okay, there's another restaurant there. And then he hands it back. He's like, Arabi. Like, what the? Did he just talk? But he was saying Arabic. Saying Arabi because it was in English, and he only reads Arabic. Yeah. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, how the fuck did I'm like, no, he's deaf. He can talk, but he's deaf.
But he's deaf. Deaf people can talk. What's wrong with you?
It puzzled me. Right?
Yeah.
Then, so I got the Arabic menu. I pointed to what he wanted, and then I was like, oh, this is how much it is. They gave me the the money, and then I placed the order. A few minutes go by. I'm like, oh shit, I think I put in the wrong thing.
Oh,
so actually he owes me 2 more reals.
Okay,
which is equivalent to maybe 60 shillings here, right? So I go to the chef. I'm like, oh, by the way, he wanted this instead of this. And then the cashier's like, well, you're gonna have to get for the rest of the money. I don't care if he's deaf.
Yeah,
you
get the money.
You get the money.
Make him understand.
Make him understand.
Yeah.
So I go to him. I'm like, I'm stupid. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So he's like, and he got the money. He just gave me the rest.
Oh,
it's so respectful. So respect.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, like I feel like you know, mannerisms and niceness or politeness or rudeness is something that's passed on.
Yeah.
Because it was so respectful. I'm like, do they know they're rich? Like, do they know they're filthy rich? They're so polite.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was one fond experience I had working there.
Okay.
So after that, I came here for holiday. That's when I saw the scene.
Yeah.
That's where I got started.
That's where you fell in love with comedy.
With comedy.
Yeah.
And at first, it was a very big mistake.
Okay.
Because you're gonna meet this guy's name is Stan. So he laughs at everything.
Everything.
Yeah. When I came here, I didn't know that. So I'm doing my first performance. He's at the front. This guy, I'm you know doing jokes. He's like,
he's laughing,
and I'm like, finally, someone, at least one person understands.
Yeah, he feels me. He feels me.
And then I told my dad, you know, you can cancel my ticket back to Qatar. This is I'm doing this. I found it.
Yeah.
And then I get off stage. The organizer's like, "This is your first time? Oh, that's pretty good." Yeah. I go back the next week. I bomb.
Oh my!
I bomb.
Oh my.
I'm like,
and where was this?
This was. You'll get to see the place. It's where we have the Thursday show. It's called Mayura.
Okay.
It's a nice venue, but when you're starting out, it's kind of tough.
Okay.
It's kind of tough.
So you bombed on your second.
Oh, I bombed. Oh, very.
How many minutes was that?
It was 5 minutes, 2 laughs.
And 5 minutes is a lot when you're bombing.
5 minutes, 2 laughs. Yeah.
5 minutes is a long time.
It's 2 laughs. 3. Because the thing is, the first week I did well, and then the second week I'm like, I'm gonna bullet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll bullet. You need a bullet? Let me bullet.
Yeah.
That's when I bombed.
Okay.
So, yeah. But and what about you? How long have you been doing stand up?
So I've been doing it for about 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in October.
Okay.
Started in 2019. October with Punchline. And basically I had been wanting to do because when I went back to Tanzania after I finished high school, there's that period where you just stay at home, you have nothing to do. So I wanted to do something. So I'm like, let me sit down and see what God-given talents I have. So I took a piece of paper. I'm like, let me write all my talents. Right at the top, football. And I write number 2, high jump. I used to do high jump. Yeah, I was naturally gifted at that. And then I write number 3, and there's nothing. So I'm like, okay, let me look for a place to play football. I look around and I couldn't find a place. I found this one place where they wanted you to actually become like a proper player with a contract and everything. But I'm like, I'm going to college. I can't do that.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's off the list.
Were you really good at it?
Well, I'd like to think so, because the people who would watch me play would tell me that I'm good, and I don't believe I was really good, but you know, practice makes perfect. So I was on my way there.
Because that's also what people told Gigi about.
Yeah. Anyway, you know when you love something. I'm like, even if I'm terrible, but I love it, so let me go play. Right. I'm just trying to pass by this few months where I'm at home.
Yeah.
So then that didn't work, and then. No place to do high jump itself.
Yeah.
And then finally I just sat down and I thought, you know what, I used to make my friends laugh back in school. My family when I'm with them. So I'm like, what can I do? Let me see if there's any way I can do comedy. Right. And at that time, that was 2018, there was no place. And so I had to just wait because like it was really terrible. There was one place, I don't think it would be good for me to say the name. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. There's this one comedy club called Cheka 2, which is the more famous, popular, because so I went there, and these guys do this thing where they do rehearsals. Never in my life had I imagined I would have to like rehearse jokes in front of people. So I went there for like 3 months. They were not giving me any opportunities. I just kept on going to the rehearsals, and when someone is telling you you're okay. But there's something you need to work on. There's something, but it doesn't say what it is. There's something, you know. And eventually, after 3 months, using my own transport fees and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm tired. So in my mind, I told myself that if I ever get a place and I want to do it in English, because that was Swahili at Chakatu.
Okay.
So I was like, I was trying it out in Swahili, and I'm terrible. I didn't know Swahili, but I was trying it because I wanted to do it. And I said, you know what? If I ever find a place to do it in English, I'll give it another try. So a year later in 2019, I'm being told there's a comedy club that's opening up. It's called Punchline, and I joined those guys, did my first open mic, and that was the beginning of the end. Yeah, that's where we began, man, doing open mic. And so far so good. You know, I can't really complain much. The fact that I'm here says a lot. I've had some good experiences, some bad experiences. Like you, I once bombed for 5 whole minutes, and that's a show where I had invited my family. So
biggest mistake.
How soon was that into you starting?
That was pretty early. That was within the first year.
Okay.
Imagine that within the first year for 5 minutes bombing, and imagine you convinced your family that you're funny. You're like, you guys, I'm the next Trevor Noah. I can do this, and then they come to the show and you bomb.
And then your family is always skeptical.
Are you sure? Yeah. It's like,
and then they come and they confirm. What the
hell's going on? Yeah, you know. So you can imagine, man, bombing in front of the family for the whole week. I felt terrible.
Oh man.
If you're not a comedian, you don't know how this feels. But as a comic, you feel terrible when you bomb. But I didn't want to hear anything about stand-up comedy. Even the guy who invited me to do the show, I haven't spoken to him since. Imagine that. I haven't spoken. And so I bomb, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should revive myself. You know, I'm like, you know what, guys, look, there's another show. I'm talking to my family. There's another show. Please come and watch me perform. This time I told myself I'm going to do my best jokes and make sure I kill it. So my family agrees. They come over. I do my set, and again I bomb.
Oh
shit. Even worse than the first time.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Imagine that. And the same thing happens. It's like a long and quiet ride back home. No one is saying anything in the car.
But
you know,
they know your shit.
They know I'm terrible. You know, you wish someone would say something. You wish someone would say something so that you can defend yourself.
No, your family will not tell you to your face that you're shit. They'll just know.
You'll know that you know. You wish someone would say something so you could go like, no, you know, guys, sometimes we write these jokes and you think they're funny, and then you go on stage and you find out they're only funny to you in your head, and then
oh man,
I don't like the way you're laughing, sir. This
guy. Let me tell you, self-projection. Whatever is going on in his life, he will throw it on.
So
what happened to this show, man? Is this like a shitty comedy show?
You know, I never ask Mina what's going on in his life. I just start talking, and then he throws shit at me. I'm like, oh, so that's so you're not getting okay. That's how.
But that's what happened, man. But this time, what happened is when we got home, I called everyone to the sitting room. And I told them, guys, look, you guys have been to 2 of my shows, and both times you've seen me bombing terribly. I think it's clear that you guys are bringing me bad luck. Please stop coming to my shows.
That has to be the only explanation.
So you cancelled them before they cancelled you.
And since then, things have been pretty good.
I think you should invite them one last time to confirm.
No, I don't want to do that now. I feel like...
But guess who's in Nairobi now?
Guess who's in Nairobi?
Yeah, man, it's pretty... They didn't believe it at first, you know, telling them that I'm going to Nairobi. That was something interesting, because obviously there's the money part of it. Like, guys, I'm going to Nairobi. Who's going to pay? And then, you know, when I told them, no, it's cool. We got this handled. They're like, okay, that's nice.
Exactly.
That's dope.
Because they don't want you to bring shame to... Because now you're representing Da.
Because now, I'm representing Da.
And they've seen you perform and they know. Don't they know?
He will never forget this story.
This is a problem.
This story will be used against you.
I wish I didn't say what I said, but it is what it is, man. We all have those nights. So
except me, man. I've had a really
because he doesn't have family, so he's never.
So
I'm so sorry, Minor. By the way,
you bomb, but you don't give a shit because there's no one in there. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm always that guy who bombed in another car ride home. I'm never in that car ride where so it's never weird for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just bomb and go home.
And you spend the night feeling okay.
No, like feeling like shit and thinking my life sucks.
Yeah.
But my life sucks, so I guess that's me feeling okay.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
Started in December of 2020. So that makes 2 years.
So all around the same, same generation, basically.
Yeah, same generation.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know it's weird because when you're open micing, you know there's no fame, there's no luxury, there's no. So like I find it weird how when I kill, I feel even worse when I go home because I'm like, oh, like my life sucks. So when I bomb, I feel like I deserve to go back to this life. But when I kill, how the fuck am I going back to?
After
yeah,
you guys don't know me.
You guys don't know, because you're riding back in the matatu, right? After you kill, you're going back.
I don't deserve this life.
I don't deserve this life.
I'm a boss.
Yeah, and you guys should know who I am right now.
Exactly. So it's such a weird existence. Like when you bomb, you feel even worse because you're like, why am I like? This thing isn't paying me much, and I'm going to fuck up. And when you kill, you're like, I'm putting in this much effort, and it's
like I'm too good for this.
I'm too good for this.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's such a weird existence. I had more questions for you.
Sure,
I didn't memorize all of them.
Sure, let's go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you what got you into stand up, but you told me.
Yeah,
it's because you only had football.
Football to fall back on.
And even that football, you weren't so sure about it yourself.
Yeah, I'm not the type that likes to, those people who have that ultimate confidence in themselves. I'm more like, I'd prefer to hear what people have to think about me. So,
true.
You can't be blowing your own horns and stuff. So, I basically heard some people saying, I'm good at this. I said, let me give that a try. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, because this happened to me growing up because of, I also played football.
Yeah.
Did the kids in your neighborhood, did they get frustrated every time you came out to play? Were they like, oh, fuck,
this dude is here?
Yeah, did that ever happen to you?
Not really. I think they were more excited because they knew now we have someone who can do something.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, but why did they do that to you?
Because like I was really good, so they would have to have an imbalance in the number of players of each team.
Okay.
So they had to be like 3 of us against 5 people. So every time I came out, 5 people were pissed off.
Okay.
And 2 people like,
he's with us. He's with us.
And they got to a point they stopped calling me out to play.
Wow.
Because I was just like so good.
Too good.
Right? And then I know it sounds like I'm...
Did they say that to you?
Yes.
Because maybe you suck so much. They were like, we don't want to play with this.
If there's one thing I am is if there's one thing I am is so self-aware. So don't worry about that, man. I know you're projecting.
No, but I was asking.
Yeah.
No, because this is a valid question.
No,
like
they did say that. I mean that's the only way they'll put 3 of you against 5 other people. They're not gonna do that if you're shit, right? So it got to a point they stopped calling me. And I was like, oh, everyone's busy. Everyone's busy nowadays. Okay, let me go out and call them.
Yeah.
So I go out, a whole match is going on.
And you're not...
I'm like,
and you're like, what?
What the fuck? They're like, Gigi, you're too good, just go home.
Go home, man.
Because I'd always thought it, but when they said it, I'm like, come on, that's you're just come on.
Which makes sense why comics are always calling you, bro. Come show.
Kuja, bro.
So they call him a lot.
Okay. At least I'll know I won't be as bad as Gigi.
That phone call was Doug actually, the organizer. He was calling, but and then when they finally said that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play with my left foot, which is my weak foot. And then 2 weeks later,
look at him, look at the balls, the balls on this man to say, you know what? Let me play with my weaker foot,
my weak foot,
to be able to be at your level.
And then 2 weeks later, they're like, okay, you're 2 too good with your left foot, so you just go home.
Yeah, so just play with your hands.
Just play with
Can you come with a wheelchair?
So yeah, that's what I was asking you about your football. But that was just in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Like in my football club,
there
were guys who were better than me, right?
Okay.
Because I wasn't so consistent.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm trying to be more consistent with stand-up. Yeah, because my grades were always bad. So every third semester, my dad would be like, I'm going to take you off football so you can focus on school.
On your grades.
So like it happens 1 year, that's fine. But when it happens 3-4 years, you see your colleagues in football getting way better than you.
Yeah.
Because they play for 3 more months every year than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your grades though, were you bad because you were just bad, like naturally not, gifted upstairs, or were you bad intentionally? Were you lazy? Were you a lazy student?
Probably a lazy student because I wasn't focused. And because I wasn't focused, I missed a lot of things. There's a lot of gaps in my knowledge because, I'm in class, I'm fidgeting and not listening.
Yeah.
And,
the usual privileged kids.
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. When you're rich, why do you have to? Of course not, dude. I was the brokest in every one of my classes in Qatar because they're filthy rich, man. So now those consistent gaps of knowledge, they have this domino effect. So now when you have homework, you're kind of clueless, and you mess up, and now when the test comes, you're even more clueless. You start cheating on homework, start cheating on exams, you start and then it spiraled. I didn't think I was gonna graduate high school. I was like, because I was like, man, these exams were so difficult. I know I'm not gonna go to uni, right? So the first university I applied to rejects me, and it was the worst one. So I'm like,
if these guys don't want me, I have no hope.
I might as well start my rap career because that time I was rapping. Yeah. So that's what happened, man.
Okay,
that's what happened. Yeah.
And comedy though, but you're passionate about it, right?
I'm like crazy, man. Like. I feel like each of us, the least we can do, the least we can work to do is be the best.
Yeah.
That's the least.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't become the best, you give people your best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I remember this one time I was listening to Michael Phelps' advice. And he's like, I always used to go to training even when I didn't want to. So when I started doing that in my comedy, like I would break new barriers in my stage presence.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm literally here when I don't want to.
You don't want
I'd
to
rather be at home watching something, but I just forced myself, even if I didn't have material prepared. Like I was just there, and I'd maybe be writing stuff before I went on stage, and then go on stage. I with my notes because it's not all memorized. I wasn't ready, but then some of those nights, because I was on autopilot, my experience started to show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My experience started to show because I really wasn't prepared. I didn't want to be there. And then I had this this opener I created on one of the days I didn't want to go. I was like, it's not so funny anymore, but they laughed somehow.
Yeah.
They're like, so I was like, you ever have one of those days where you go to work and you just don't want to be there? And the guys are like, oh yeah, man. I was like, yeah, that's me right now on stage. So
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, don't expect anything. And now when they see the realness of, wow, it's still a job. It's still they're more open to your energy.
Yeah, people forget. People forget that for us it's the office.
It is.
That is the office, and our office is terrible in the sense that you get instant feedback.
There, man.
Imagine if a doctor had a crowd around him every time he performed surgery.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be
and one heckler.
No, don't use that. Don't use that.
Well, imagine if porn actors had a crowd. Now they're doing their thing, and then there's a whole crowd of people just with flaccid dicks. Like it's not doing it for me. That's you gotta do better.
You gotta
look,
give it more life.
It's not moving. There's not. You gotta.
No, change that style, man.
Change that.
You've been doing it for how long now? Come on, man.
Wait, you're done already?
I didn't even
get.
Yeah.
No, but I have a question. Like, how do you guys think being in stand-up right now in an age where everybody is getting offended by everything, and there's this whole concept of cancel culture and all that shit? Did you think it's easier to do comedy now, or was it easier to do comedy before, when you could still call fat people fat? Okay.
Tell us.
Do you call fat people fat?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm a skinny guy. I know I've got this sweater on, but I'm quite a skinny guy. I can't be calling myself skinny and then not talk about fat people.
Yeah.
But so basically, it was a bit scary, I think a couple of months ago when I was literally thinking about the same thing. But then I read, I think I was listening. I don't read much. I think I was listening. I think I was listening to a podcast. And these guys were talking about how cancel culture has always been there. Apparently, it's not a new thing. It's always been there from the beginning. And that's why even people like Richard Pryor had it really tough in the beginning. Is it Lenny... What's the guy's name? Lenny Bruce? There's a guy before...
Black guy?
No, white guy.
I know the name. I just thought it was a black
he was
guy.
that generation right before Richard Pryor. Same thing. That guy, apparently, they would even lock him up. Because he would say crazy things on stage. So apparently, cancel culture has always been there. And finding out about that sort of put me at ease. In the sense that I'm like, okay, if people are going to get offended, then they just shouldn't come to the show. That's what I think. Just don't come to the comedy show. We're going to say stuff and we're going to offend you. If you know you don't like these things, don't show up.
Fuck home,
yeah,
bro.
stay at home. That's how it is. That's how it works. And when you do that, even your mind starts to go, oh, okay, I want to talk about this, but how do I approach it from an angle whereby I won't necessarily offend a person? You know, you start to be, okay, maybe I should work around it. Someone once told me, he's a South African comic, he once told me, if you know a joke is going to offend someone, make it so good that they can't do anything but laugh.
That's so deep, bro.
Yeah,
Check this guy dropping gems on the show, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, make it so good that this guy goes, damn, that was funny. You know, okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I don't really think about it much. And when you think about it too much, it sort of limits you as a comic.
Like, I feel like you're one of the few people in the scene who constantly try to like push the boundaries in terms of what jokes you can do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, is he gonna pull off that joke? And then you pull it off, and I'm like, okay,
what
this guy has.
What does he talk about? I'm interested now.
Yeah, I'm like,
now that you've said
I'm like,
that.
oh, this sounds
and coming from
the same
him,
guy. You know him now.
Coming from him, I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I'm just an asshole in real life.
But what topics does he usually?
No, he has a joke where he talks about like a chick having vitiligo and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna do justice to your joke if I retell it.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell a joke and then answer the same question.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take? Because I don't think we've had this conversation before.
So I think that joke works as well as it does because of the joke I put before it.
Yeah.
So the joke I put before it is about how I look like a virgin, right?
Yeah.
And this nigga called me virgin. So I use that against him on
He
stage.
is a virgin. Like, I can confirm on this show.
Oh my God.
He just wants me.
How do you know he's a virgin?
He just wants me to.
How do you know he's a virgin?
He never fucked me, bro.
He just, that's what he wants. That's what he wants.
No,
I'm gonna start using that on girls. You know, you look like a virgin. You've never.
If you're not a virgin, why haven't you fucked me?
That's messed up, man. That's really messed. I don't feel safe anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
It was not supposed to be a safe
I'm gonna
space,
start posting #MeToo pretty soon. So watch out for that.
So now, like, I get on stage, you know, it's a quick thing. I was like, so I get on stage, I'm looking like how I look. This joke will probably work for the next 5 years. So I'm like, do I look like a virgin? And then, you know, most girls are like, yeah. They fall into the trap.
So wait, immediately you get on stage. That's what you start
the first
with.
thing. Obviously, I say, hi, how you doing?
Yeah, how you guys doing? And then
straight into that. And then I'm like,
the girls,
yeah. I'm like, wow, fuck you. I mean, even my comedian friends think the same. And, you know, I just frustrated me to the point that I had to fuck one of them just for proof so that they could and record it. So there's proof. Okay. So I get into that and then I say, okay, but one thing I am is single. Then I do a small joke about how I'm single. And I say, but you know what? I found my type. Then I go into vitiligo. So my type is girls with vitiligo, right? So you probably won't understand the first punchline because it has a reference about
local reference.
It's a local reference.
Okay.
So I'm like, vitiligo is the condition where you, what is it?
So you have like a white.
Yeah.
Like the melanin.
Exactly. Oh yeah, you lose melanin, develop white patches, and confuse bouncers at this really racist club that separates white and black people. So they see it, but then I just say the name of the club and they laugh.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm like, but don't worry, vitiligo it's not harmful. The most the worst symptom is anxiety from self-consciousness, and the best, or my favorite, is that it also affects genitalia. So I could finally get some white pussy. I could finally get some white pussy.
Like how inappropriate is that joke?
That's But then, because of the way I set it up. I'm the victim. I'm the virgin. I'm the single guy.
He's the one. It's self-deprecating.
So,
and it's like what we were saying. He makes it so good.
That
you can only laugh.
You can only laugh.
What he says.
Because at the end of the day, it's about my dilemmas. But I feel like if I started with
and you're not attacking anyone.
I'm not attacking
specific.
Anyone. I'm praising them. I'm like, damn.
You're my type.
Yeah, you're my type. Even though you might be like broken stuff, you got a white pussy, girl. You're good.
Yeah.
So that's one of the jokes.
So to the question, what do you think
of cancel culture?
Doing comedy now versus doing comedy before.
I think for me it's a fun challenge to maneuver. It's a fun maneuver because I mean, like you said, people have always been getting offended. Back then the consequence was getting arrested. Now it's getting cancelled. And obviously now the same type of people have more power because of social media. Back then, so they just got offended and just they didn't have anywhere to take it to. But now they can say, "Oh, I don't like this. Who else doesn't like this?"
And you'll have like 100
other dumbasses.
And they're always on social media. What is it about like these people that hide behind their phones? Saying things.
Because I don't like hecklers, but I respect them. Because they're like
those guys make it fun.
They're like at the core of what stand-up is all about. But I don't have respect for you if you come to a show, you get offended. You don't talk it out. You go and fucking tweet that shit.
Exactly.
Like why? I was right there.
You could have said something. We could have even spoken about it right there and there. It would have been fun.
And I think comedy is all about perspective. And sometimes you might have a perspective on something that I can't see. So if I can't see that perspective, it means I will interpret the joke in a way that was not intended to.
That makes sense.
Like it's important to have like those conversations where you're like, that was kind of fucked up. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Why? It's fucked up, but why?
Because they need to know where you're coming from.
True.
It's all about perspective, and even like taking that joke as a case study, like your perspective. Like you're like, bro, I'm a virgin. And so you go into okay, I'm not a virgin.
Go ahead. Okay.
He said he's single.
What? No, but so perspective is very important, and that's what people don't get. That's like at the core of cancel culture, where they're like, I don't care what you meant.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I don't want to know what you meant. This is how I feel.
I don't agree with you. And I'm gonna tell the world how I feel, and I'm gonna make you lose out on opportunities because of how I feel.
It does make
but
sense.
Also it's inconsiderate because I would want to know how do you feel.
How do you feel about it?
Because like no one's ever cancelled strippers. I mean, or prostitutes. There's never ever been a movement of we don't like that you're charging people for sex. That if I want to have sex with you, you have to pay. So I'm gonna cancel you so that anyone else that wants to have sex with you cannot have sex with you. So I didn't know it was this important. This is only happening today. No one called me the whole week.
No one called you?
The whole week. Now that we're in this setting, they're like, oh, by the way, this is
who's calling you, by the way?
Some other comedian. I'm just in the industry. I'm just
okay.
But like I feel like comedy is sort of like a pizza in terms of this context of cancel culture, right? And people like pizza. People want to be entertained. People want to laugh. But then these people who get offended easily, maybe they don't like the fact that you're comedy and its tragedies and its dirtiness is like pepperoni. So they want to consume that pizza, but they're like, oh no, I don't want that pepperoni. Then go fucking get a veggie pizza. Get a Hawaiian. Because there are plenty of clean comics to listen to. Go listen to them. Like, you know, I have nothing against clean comics. And, you know, if these people get offended by my things, go listen to the clean comics. You know, I'm not trying to cancel fucking vegetables because I like beef. You know, so I don't understand why they're like, because I don't like this joke, so, you know, no one else should like this. You know, you should be offended. But I know this joke is about midgets, and I know you're not offended, but you should be. But you should. You know, like, how can you tell someone what to be offended by?
It's messed up, man.
Messed up, man.
Do you think it's all about, in some ways, it's all about social media or technology? Because social media sort of makes everyone feel like their opinion matters.
I feel like social media has amplified that entitlement.
But I also think the problem with social media is that you have people who are either dumb in the same way, converge at the same place. So you find, like, say, if you're on Twitter, you most likely follow people and retweet tweets that align with your
thinking.
So if you tweeted some BS, those people who follow you obviously subscribe to your bullshit. So if you get enough of those people, then it's very easy to change things towards stupidity. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. That's quite smart. I didn't expect that coming from you.
But oh man, you had me in the first half.
Hamis is learning. That's how you communicate with minor.
I'm learning. I'm a slow learner, but I'm getting there.
I was about to give this guy blows on how smart I am, bro.
He's about to show off how smart he was.
That's dope.
But yeah, let me see. I had another question for you.
I'm here for as long as you like.
Who are your main influences when you started, and has it changed now?
When I started, I don't think there was the interesting part. I don't think there was anyone I was watching at the time when I said, let me go on stage and do open mic. But I know for a fact the first comic I remember watching is Trevor Noah. I think I was in primary school, probably grade 6, grade 7, and a friend of mine was probably older by 2 years or something. He had Trevor Noah's special, The Daywalker. He got me hooked on the stuff, man. Like, I was pretty young, so I didn't understand much. But I could tell this guy is funny. And I wasn't. The weird thing is, I didn't even know it's like stand-up comedy. You know, not like how I understand it now. I was just watching.
This guy is just talking, and people are laughing.
And I'm loving it because it's also making me laugh, and it was really incredible. Like, being in Swaziland, it's so close to South Africa. I was understanding some of the references and stuff. So that was dope. But after, like, now becoming a comic myself, I'm a big fan. I would say my top 5, most likely Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, Cat Williams, Chris Rock. And it's weird because this list is now of people outside of my country. But there's a nigga I gotta put in there somewhere. There's a man from Tanzania. He's a Swahili comic, but his name is Pepe.
Pepe.
The guy is so funny that even people who don't speak Swahili will laugh at what he's doing on stage. You may not understand the words, but he has facial expressions
and act out.
He will act out a joke. He will try to speak English, and you will laugh because it's so terrible. But he basically just goes across what we think is the language barrier, because you know, I've seen white people laughing, Indians, I've seen so many people laughing at what he does, and that's the only person who makes you feel bad, because you're like, you know, today I bombed because the crowd doesn't speak Swahili, and then Pepe shows up and he kills it, and you're like, whoa, what just happened? Now you can't say it was a bad crowd, you know. So I'll definitely have to. I can't just keep on choosing Americans in my. We gotta represent, you know. So I'll put him in there for that, man. He's been influential in the sense that every time I watch him, I want to do better myself.
He's called Pepe. I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, you can check his Instagram. I think Pepe.
Please tell me his first name is not Julius.
No, his real name
and his last name is not Onzima.
Pepe is like his
Julius.
And tell me he's not gay. Have you watched that Ugandan interview where this
the guy with the guy with the guy?
Yeah.
So it's like
the first question. Not even to say hi.
Yeah. What does it? Are you gay?
Yeah. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Why? Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
No. So no, Pepe's real name is Abdul.
Okay.
Abdul, but I think his Instagram handle is Pepe Comedian or something.
Pepe Comedian. Oh. Just like comedian Wawero. That's how you know he's a good comedian. There's a comedian we have here.
He calls himself comedian Wawero
on all platforms.
Yeah.
Even WhatsApp, if you add him, you see on that kind.
No, Pepe has been doing it for a while, man. It's like I think 12 years.
Wow.
He's been doing it for a while. So he's just top notch and I don't like the fact that whenever we were being told, what's your top 5? You know, who are your favorite rappers? Who are your favorite actors? So we always name all these other people and stuff like that. So it's okay, but we have our own.
Oh,
you know?
True.
So yeah, I'll definitely
we have one here, man. His name is Emmanuel Kisiangani.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, you'll hear that name someday. You'll see him on Netflix one day.
Okay.
Or Showmax or somewhere.
Okay.
One of the platforms.
Where does he usually perform?
He performs with us. You know, all the same clubs as us.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, But I remember the first time I ever saw him was when I went to my first rehearsals. I saw everyone performing. Like, some people were bombing. Some of the veterans were killing in the rehearsals in front of other comics. But then when I saw Emmanuel, this guy that day, he had these glasses and had these round frames. So like I was like, this black Harry Potter, man. This black Harry Potter. He was hilarious. And I was like, I want.
You want to be like that guy?
I want to be like the first time I ever saw him. I want to be like that guy. I was like, okay, but
is that his stage name?
His name is Emmanuel Kisiangani.
Stage name as well. That's his real name and stage name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I saw that was my initial reaction. But I was like, okay, but I have to be myself.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You need to have that person that you want to reach.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of you need to set that bar at a high place so that you keep on working hard. So
and when you look at comics in the US, like Chappelle's been doing it 30 years or something like that.
Yeah, man.
So this guy has been doing it 10 years. So even though I'm looking up to him now, he's still gonna be growing and stuff.
He's still gonna get
better. He's still gonna get better.
Oh man,
so I was like, I still have to be, I still have to sort of catch up almost, even though I just started the other day. But the industry is really growing to the point there'll be a lot of opportunities, even for us new guys, very soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emmanuel
Kisiangani.
Yeah.
The same thing with act outs and all that.
Yeah.
And he can speak English. So he kills the white people too, man.
Okay. So what is his material? Predominantly English or
so a mix.
It's a mix.
But
Okay.
he can speak English really well.
English comic.
English
so
comic,
what happens here is that anybody who speaks English can speak Swahili. Except say for someone from outside or
like
Gigi,
our
fucking virgin,
our friend,
virgin, spoiled, rich millionaire.
You could get some pussy if you spoke Swahili.
That's not the problem, minor. That's not.
How bad is your Swahili? Like, haven't you picked up any?
I have the accent, but I can't speak for very long. I can't hold a whole conversation in Swahili.
Okay. And also, like, the background is that he didn't get anything in school, so it's also kind of dumb.
And the thing is,
so it doesn't help.
Okay, first of all, I went to school in Qatar, dude, a Muslim country. Even though it was international, our classes were separated. Girls and boys were in different classes. But then, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I feel like sex is kind of like money. If you don't look like you can handle any money, you're not gonna get any money. So if I don't look like I get any sex, I'm not gonna get any sex. so
well, you can speak to this guy. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. You know, get some tips,
dude. Swahili is not what. Swahili is not stopping me. It's not what's stopping me.
Why are you single though? Is it the fact that you're in a newer, feels like a new country? It's your home country, but you know, different environment and stuff.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth. It's gonna sound really pretentious, but it's the truth. I'm single because I'm not the type of guy yet who can attract the kind of woman that I want.
That you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll have one later.
So what type of woman do you want?
Like strong, independent, beautiful, smart, funny, all these things. Like there's girls I know now that I'm like, okay, maybe I can get her, but she's not gonna help me go where I'm going. There's a girl who I know is like, oh, this girl is nice. This girl is could really help me, but I'm not in a position to be able to maintain her because I can attract this kind of girl, but I can't maintain her.
The money.
The money, and it's not only money but also competence in like being able to keep your word and just having sort of your shit figured out. I know he's gonna try to bring a joke in here somewhere, but I'm being real for a second. So you
have to be real. You know,
I have to be. I know he's preparing an attack.
He's look at him laughing.
But that's the genuine reason. I mean, obviously money is a factor, but. Like if you get the girl you like, I can afford her now, but it's just I'm not in the right mental space.
You're not thinking about it, are you?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have enough things going on to sort of prove to her that, hey, listen, I'm in the right trajectory. Because that's ultimately what girls want. Because you can have not much in your bank account, but when you look like you have your shit figured out, she's
Yeah, she knows this is the guy. This is the man.
Since I don't, that's why I'm not going for it.
I like that, man. I like that you know what you want and you know how to approach it. I feel like a lot of people don't really know that kind of stuff. So that's good, man.
That's actually really deep, and I like the fact that you know you're incompetent.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, so self-awareness. Like you're self-aware.
Yeah. I mean that's the first step to getting better. It's realizing there's a problem.
Yeah.
And doing what you have to do to fix it.
Yeah.
So it's not just money, but
do you need a hug, bro? You seem like you want to cry. It's okay.
Yeah, no, but are you single?
I'm single right now.
Okay. What's your reason?
Incompetence.
No.
Recognizes incompetence. That was clear.
My reason, to be honest, is that I'm broke.
Is you broke? Okay.
I don't even waste time. I'm broke.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a comic. I don't have a constant salary or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I know myself. When I have a girlfriend, I would want to get her this and get her that and that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
being broke, and also meeting the right people. Because when you grew up outside and you come back, you're sort of like a minority. When you want to meet the girl that thinks like you or acts like you, that's an issue. So yeah, man, it's a problem, but it's okay. I'm not in a hurry. Still young, I believe.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, how old are you?
I'm 24 right now.
24. Okay. Still relatively young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to turn 23.
23?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a suggestion, man. Because you're all single, why don't you date?
Come on. Look at this guy. No,
that is the most low hanging fruit. You could have.
Dude, come on. Dude.
That's the most low. At least something better.
I wasn't planning to say this, but I was warned. I was warned.
Who warned you
about coming here?
Who warned you?
Bad idea. Family.
Oh,
yeah. What's mistake you've done?
Family is like, you're going where? I'm going to Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Watch yourself, okay? I was like, okay, now I see why. Now, all along, things were good, but he just ruined it for me.
Yeah, mine has. So. How long were you in
Swaziland?
Swaziland for?
10 years.
10 years.
Is it 10 or 11? Since 10. 2005 to 2010.
So it means
2005 to 2015.
15. Okay. So it means your parents still have the TZ accent, right?
Yeah, my parents are from Tanzania, basically. So we went there and then we moved back.
Okay.
Yeah, so proper 100% Tanzanian, just that we.
It's just you who sounds kind of.
How do I sound? Let's just work.
You don't sound Tanzanian, bro.
You sound South African.
You sound a bit more South African than Tanzanian?
Is this gonna be a problem when I go on stage?
No, dude. No one's gonna give a shit, man.
Your jokes are gonna be the problems when you go on stage. That's
No, sometimes when the audience is trying to piece things together, like.
Exactly.
He's Tanzanian.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I hate when hosts do, cause these motherfuckers announce me. Oh, coming on stage, Gakonyo Gathimba all the way from Qatar.
Oh,
I come here looking like a nigga.
Yeah,
they're like, what
you talking about? Yeah. I don't know. I genuinely Well, I'm excited, of course, to be going on stage, but I wouldn't want my accent or the way I sound to be.
No, you don't sound.
How do Tanzanians sound? Let's talk about that.
Only I reckon the whole crowd won't pay attention. It's because I am very keen to listening to accents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I grew up with teachers from all different countries. So when I moved from Kenya to Qatar, the first semester was just getting used to the different voices.
Yeah.
So my math teacher is like, okay, guys, so today we're going to learn about equations.
Was Indian?
Indian, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and then it'll be like, okay, so what is 4 times 3? So I'm going there with my Kenyan accent. I'm like, 12.
Hey!
And he's like, what? 12. What? No, 12. 12.
Both of you are just terrible.
No, both of us are terrible, yeah. So I go to science as a British teacher. So today we're going to learn about chemicals. So the first one is sodium. So what we're going to do here is I go fucking PE, the teacher's Scottish. Alright, so today we're going to run laps.
Okay.
I don't want you to be a little ghetto. When I tell you to run, you run. Okay.
Yeah.
I go to fucking.
That's good, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a really good impression.
Yeah. That's
so
good.
all different accents. So that's how I got this.
Okay.
Even my classmates were from different places.
Yeah.
Had friends from Malaysia, India, Singapore, America, Korea.
You got friends, man.
Yeah, I had.
Oh, you had.
Yeah,
because
anymore. No, once you leave Qatar, you leave those people.
Okay, what happens in Qatar
stays in Qatar.
And now you only have me, bro.
No, mine. I don't know what lied to you and made you think that way of.
I'm hurt, man.
Oh, that hurt you.
Why you hurting?
That hurt you. Okay.
You're sensitive. You're sensitive.
Wait, you have emotions,
bro? I thought I was in the semis, bro.
What?
Wow. Come on, man.
I'm surprised you are so sensitive, especially since you've had sex and since you have a beard, and people like me don't have,
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
You have.
Let's talk about beards, bro. Why the fuck don't you all have beards?
No.
Let's do that, bro.
Let me tell you. I've been preparing this all week because I knew you'd bring it up.
Okay, deal with him.
You talking about how I don't have a beard will not erase any of your other insecurities. Wow. That's all I have to tell you.
Oh,
that's all I have.
That was dope.
Your insecurities will still be there.
I'll be writing for you this entire week. You will get your response on Monday.
I knew that with Shariba.
You guys are preparing.
I knew that was
Monday, bro.
Oh, that's dope, man.
I have 2 others. If that one didn't work, I had 2 others in store.
Sema to skia.
No,
that's enough for today.
No.
You don't show your enemy what you've got,
Was that the best one?
No, I don't. I only had that one.
Okay, cool.
No, but
it's good. Yeah.
I feel like ever since I started getting to know Minor, being on stage has been so easy. No matter what anyone in the audience tells me, you guys, Minor is my friend. You don't know what I go through.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that you can tell me.
You can tell me that will affect
Yo,
me.
that wasn't funny.
Yeah, but also Minor is my friend. Nothing will top that.
Nothing
low.
will top.
That's his lowest point.
That's
funny, man. That's really funny.
But fortunately, I've never been heckled like that. I've had some people being, told like I had this one guy in our scene. I don't know who it is. I keep hearing this story. Wasn't doing that well. So he turned to the audience and was like, okay, what jokes do you want to hear? and then someone in the audience was like, funny ones.
Oh.
And then he just, like, what do you do after that?
What did you do?
It wasn't me. It's someone else.
Oh, it was someone else. Okay. What did he do?
I don't know what he did.
Like those are the kind of
those heckles
that you don't even have a comeback for.
You
Because
don't.
like, where do you go after
What
that?
would you? I'm trying to. Like, what would I do? I'm trying to think about it.
He's being heckled, man.
I think that's the one where you go, okay, thank you guys. You know,
Or
some days are just bad days in the
Or
office.
you just decide to shoot it straight, man.
Yeah, just
Ni wasi amwelewi vile comedy ni ngumu. No, nyinyi mimi naandika jokes na mzi appreciate.
It's tough, man. But you know what? Some experienced comics say that the best thing you can do sometimes is just get off stage. Because the longer you stay up there, the more damage you're doing to yourself.
Yeah,
because you're bombing. We all know you're bombing.
Yeah.
Just get off stage. Just say, hey, this was a good night.
Checky, this guy trying to throw me under the bus.
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
Twende. Twende. Sikuogopi hizi baby. Unajua hivyo unafikiria na kuogopa.
Dude, I was not attacking you. I was just but like in terms of getting off stage, I've seen Minor on stage thinking about getting off stage. I've seen it. Like 2 jokes don't work in a row. Okay. Even dude, like when 3 jokes don't work. This guy, when 2 jokes don't work, he's like, okay guys, I see you're not
like there are nights where you just like, okay, you guys are not feeling my vibe.
Yeah.
So what am I doing here for 5 minutes or 7 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just do 2 and go.
and that's very good on your part, especially because like maybe you know the next jokes. You're like, this didn't get them.
I put the 2 best jokes in the beginning.
Yeah, especially when you're not even doing new material. You're doing your tried and tested material. And you still don't fucking get it, bro.
Exactly.
I'm out of here, man.
And the crowd was hot before you got on. The crowd was hot.
So you can't blame the crowd. You can't say, no, guys, it was a bad crowd.
So
it was a bad comedian. That's what it was.
A bad comedian,
yeah. So now you have to pick up
you just have to
self-esteem from the crowd and walk off stage.
Why do we do comedy, man? Let's talk about
exactly the point, man.
I was asking myself that the other day. I was like, it's weird how we live in a capitalistic world. It's not just comedy, everything else. Because like to make a living, to survive, you need to provide services to strangers. Because your family won't pay you for, like chefs, you know, they cook for their family for free. But then to make a living, they have to cook for strangers. Us, like I tell my friends jokes, my friends and family's jokes for free. But to make money, I have to go tell strangers. Prostitutes, they fuck their friends for free. But they have to, like, it's such a weird existence. And I was like, man, like okay, if money was good, would I be telling jokes on stage?
That's
like,
a good question.
It's crazy because sometimes you get off stage and on your way home you're like, must I be doing this? Like, is this the thing that I want to do?
You want to be doing,
especially on those nights where people who don't agree with your jokes.
My goodness.
You know,
you bomb,
you bomb, and you're like, okay, why did I embarrass myself? Because especially, you know how 2 grips is set. So sometimes you bomb. And then instead of like going through the back, you have to like now walk
amongst
across.
the people.
So people are giving you weird looks.
People are avoiding you. They don't want to look at you. Shit, man.
That's terrible. You guys also have the thing where if you had a good show, you come down and people are giving you high fives and shit. Like everyone's congratulating you on the show.
Maybe after.
Maybe after.
Because when you bomb, you know.
Oh yeah, when you know, when people find shit to do. Oh, someone is texting me. When you bomb, but when you're killing people looking at you,
that was dope. That was dope. Oh man.
But I think for us it's the comics. Like once you're off stage and the comics are like, you did terrible.
but they umejaribu. Umetry. This guy, when he tells you umetry,
that's how you know it was a bad.
That's how you know it was.
If someone tells you, now like that, umeka 5 minutes.
Hey, I like your commitment. I like how you committed.
It's
a commitment.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny.
I started committing like a few months ago because of Emmanuel Kisiangani, right?
Yeah.
He was telling me about how when you're on stage, you control the energy. You know, yes, you know, one joke doesn't work, and if you show the crowd that, if you're afraid, they'll be like, oh, if he's scared that this didn't work, how good are the next ones?
Yeah.
So now when you keep that same energy and confidence, they'll be like, oh, okay, this didn't work, but he's still confident.
Yeah.
Let's listen to the next
And
one.
sometimes they don't know.
Yeah, sometimes
the problem is
they
that
don't
we
know.
think they know this was the punchline.
Exactly.
You can just keep going.
Yeah, like
they don't know how you wrote the joke.
That's what I keep telling guys, because the audience doesn't know where they set up the premise or the punchline.
Yeah.
They just know they laughed.
Yeah, but then like if you give pauses after your punchline, they'll know that was
Oh,
meant
you need
to
to be. You need to be slick about
No,
it.
like I'll give an example with Waweru.
Yeah.
So there's this guy who's like a fucking serial killer, and he can come to you with a joke, and you're like, okay,
Yeah, okay.
where's the joke? You know, because. And he goes with that same thing
That
you
same joke.
didn't understand on stage. That guy is fucking killing it.
Kills. That
You
same
know,
joke unchanged.
People are spitting drinks from their mouths, bro.
People are smacking their knees
On the same joke that you were like,
what the hell is this?
where's the punchline? You know. So I feel like as comics we're too technical about jokes.
Yeah.
That we forget we only have one job.
But
to make the people laugh.
People
man.
laugh.
But Waweru's different, man. Waweru's different. Waweru's different.
That's what I'm saying. We're too technical about jokes when we could just be us.
But I can't do the same. If my joke is not funny on paper, people are not gonna laugh.
You don't feel confident enough to go on stage and
That's
entertain
first of
them.
all. But then unlike Waweru, because his joke, you can look at his joke and then it might not make you laugh on people like immediately. But then he'll take it on stage. It will not do alright. Kill.
What does he do? Does he act it out?
I think it's a personality
It's
thing.
a personality thing. He's very likable. And just the pattern of his
delivery
voice,
and all that.
delivery.
Oh, that makes sense,
He's very
man.
funny
That's-
seeming, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's people who you just look at and you want to smile.
Exactly.
This
He's that kind of
dude is
guy.
a clown. Like you
Yeah.
know, whatever's gonna
Are
come
you
out.
ready? You're ready.
You're ready.
Me, I'm laughing.
That makes
And guys
sense,
says,
man.
hi guys, and people are like start.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he comes on stage.
His
Oh,
greetings.
yeah.
That's is like a joke. So he's like, hi guys,
Oh.
and people start laughing at that point
I'm telling-
until the end.
Wow.
Oh,
How long has he been doing comedy?
A year and a half, almost
we
2
started
years.
around the same time.
A year and 8 months, maybe.
Yeah.
So
we
he
started around the same time.
He can only get funnier
Oh yeah.
from now on. Okay, that's dope, man. And I think it's important to also know about your know your appearance, know what people think of you the minute you step on stage. Like I realized not very early in my comedy career, but there was a point where I was trying out jokes and I realized these jokes are not working, not because they're not funny, but because I don't look like the type of person to be telling these jokes.
Yeah.
Like I've also been struggling with that same thing where like sometimes you have like a really good joke,
Yeah.
but you say it and people start questioning like
Yeah.
The validity
of what you
Of what you said.
versus your personality.
Yeah, it makes sense because
Yeah.
imagine when I walked in here and he said I don't sound Tanzanian or even just the way I am.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happens on stage. The minute you go on, you start telling jokes. So imagine me right now trying to tell people that I'm from the ghetto.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you don't look like
I think that's exactly my problem with stand up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have experiences that people do not associate
And
with
it's true.
me.
You're not even pretending. It is.
like,
It is what it is. But
it's
yeah.
legit truth.
Yeah.
But those jokes don't kill as much as they do because people question the truth,
The authenticity. Authenticity.
Check your Gina, bro.
Yeah. True. Authenticity.
Authenticity. I'm here to represent, ladies and gentlemen.
Very good.
I think next time we come with a dictionary and
and thesaurus.
Yeah. You need that.
Okay, I think what I found is when you have jokes like those, where you have such a different background from most of the audience, a structure that can work is like comparison. Right?
Yeah.
So like I grew up in Qatar, so I have this joke of I grew up in Qatar, so I was raised differently. My parents never beat me with like a raggedy old belt.
Yeah.
They used a Gucci belt because they were classy.
Look at this. Look at this, man.
I like that joke.
So the backstory has to be there. You gotta let them know where you're coming from.
Exactly. Yeah. So because when you're in Rome, get a designer belt to bring it back and whoop your kid. Right?
But I think what he means is when you tell people you're from Qatar, they believe it.
Yeah.
But when I tell people I've been a Makanga, they're like,
what's a Makanga?
It's like
let me ask you, who doesn't believe that?
Most people. Just because you're an asshole doesn't mean everybody is.
What's a Makanga?
Like a bus conductor. Guys, who are like hopping on the bus and like,
bus conductor.
Yeah.
So it's called Makanga.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the one I didn't get yet.
Apparently people don't believe that.
Let me just write that down. No, he looks like.
I'm like, who are these skeptics?
Anytime.
Who are these skeptics?
Like, all we need to do, and he has the beard for the job.
Perfect.
He has. We could just take off the shirt.
Yeah.
But he looks like. What shoes are you wearing?
Okay.
Oh, he's definitely.
He's cleaned up today.
Yeah.
The shoes are cleaned up.
We met him. It's like, are you the Makanga who's taking me to town? So I think people believe it.
I feel like there's a way you can incorporate that.
Because I tried. I tried.
How many times have you tried that?
I've tried it severally. Like you do the same jokes like 10 times and you're like, you people are not getting.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's
find other life experiences.
You know what I like about that is that you said you've tried it. What I don't like is when comics try to force something on you. No, you just haven't done it right. If you do it like this, dude. Sometimes we try, and it's just people just don't process what you're saying.
And it's not that the joke is not funny. Yeah, like if I tell you the joke because you know me, it's hilarious. But there's like. I'm not gonna perform for you. You're not the final consumer. So sometimes I think comics also needs to know when to stop.
Yeah, you need to
trying to force something.
To
on
force
people.
Something. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
But there's also this thing of like shelving a joke until you get enough skill to be able to write that joke well.
Yeah,
because there's some jokes I had to shelve because I don't have the skill to write it well and to do it well. Some jokes I had to shelve because I'm like, this still stings. I'll do it in a few months.
Breakup. Did you go through a breakup or something?
No, just like my childhood stuff. I was gonna talk about parenting stuff.
His sexual frustration.
Childhood trauma.
No, sexual frustration.
How the family and sexual. Okay, that's your okay.
Sorry?
I'm not even gonna. Okay, I'm not even gonna.
What are you saying?
But yeah. So there is that thing of sometimes you shelve a joke because you don't have enough skill to make it work.
Yeah, I get that. So, I've done it. I've done that before.
So I feel like that Makanga thing, man. I feel like you could, like, if it's a really good joke, just like when you feel like your skill is.
But I think what I've learned is sometimes you. Not to get too attached with the jokes that I write. Because you love a joke so much and then it keeps failing you over and over.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to be like, okay, fine, I liked you, but people didn't like you, so fuck off. So
that's funny.
Yeah, that's me with 80% of my jokes.
Dude, like, I feel like this game is about just decreasing the turnover, just increasing the efficiency of how many jokes work compared to how many don't work.
Or just increasing the quantity of the jokes.
So that too.
As much as the turnover is still.
Yeah. Both actually.
So what how would you say your style of comedy is in terms of the kind of jokes you do? And what's the scene like in Dar versus in Nairobi? Or just TZ in general?
Okay, so my style of comedy, I think, is more... I've been told I'm a smart comedian. So a few intellectual jokes here and there.
That's
but
also me, man. Gigi ni nini bana wewe bana. Okay, yeah. Carry on.
So a few intellectual jokes here and there. And recently I've just started, I feel like I've started being more myself, just opening up, on stage basically. You know, I don't necessarily, I'm not that animated on stage. I don't jump around and stuff, but I'll move around a little bit. I'll do this and that. So that's what I think most people say. Smart jokes, but relatable. Yeah. Relatable. I talk a lot about family, friends, and any experience that I've had in terms of work or relationships. I don't talk much about relationships because, I'm relatively young, and then also there's people that you see doing so much. They deliver relationship jokes so good, and you're like,
yeah. I should get into that.
Yeah, let me not do that now because they do it justice, and you're like, let me not mess that up. So but the comedy scene over there, man, it's pretty young. I'd say it only picked up 4 years ago with Cheka 2. Not that there hadn't been any comedy shows before, but there hadn't been anything on a consistent basis. So those guys started out, and they get good numbers in terms of the Swahili audience. Good numbers. They do it once a month. They also have these. They now do some weekly shows or something. I don't really know how they work, but then they post them on YouTube and stuff. So apart from that, there's only Watubaki and Punchline. Watubaki also do that every once a month.
Okay.
And then Punchline is the only one that tries to do it every other week.
Okay.
So the scene is pretty young. It's pretty sad for us as comics because we have to wait a whole week to go on stage. And sometimes that week comes through and you're sick. And it's one day. It's one day in the week. So the weekend come through and you're sick. Or the
so now you have to turn up from the ICU with like an oxygen mask.
Or you're not sick, but something came up. Now you have to wait for another week to perform.
That's sad,
and it's really sad because even in terms of the structure, people pay for the shows. We don't have like how you guys have open mic nights and people just get a drink and then they listen to good comedy. People pay, and so you can't repeat your jokes because there's gonna be a good number of people who were there last week. So for us, in terms of material, man, we have it tough because you have to bring in new material every other week. You could repeat a joke or two. You could repeat 2-3 minutes, but the rest of it has to be.
So how long do you get to do on stage?
So because we prepare a lineup, we basically look at the experience each comic has to determine how many minutes they get. So there's people who will get 5 to 7. Those people will get 3 to 5. There's people who get 8 to 10. And then most likely the headliner gets 10 to 12 or 12 to 15 max. So if we have a lineup, that's how it's going to go. I've reached the point where they trust me enough now to do 8 to 10. Because I started doing 2 to 3 and then 3 to 5 and then 5 to 7 and then it's been fun, but that's how it is. It's pretty young, man. It's pretty. That's why when I heard about you guys having a show on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm like, oh my god, these guys are having fun.
New York. We're living comedian dreams, bro.
Without the money, but
we all don't have any money. So you might take it for granted now until someone like me comes over and I'm like, yo, we do one show a week. And you guys are here thinking, 3 shows a week is not enough, but that's good. That's good. So
because I think now we're getting to a point where we, like Gigi was saying, like we would want to have like more than one show. Per night. But
you see where you guys are. You guys are thinking of
but
more
I mean,
than one
Nairobi,
show per
bro.
night. Don't even go there.
So, I think we've gotten to that point where we just trash Tanzania.
Okay, try that.
It's
try
that part of the show, guys. So where we just talk shit about Tanzania and
try that and let's see how really, far.
So Cheka 2 is owned by Diamond, or are they just partners?
No, Diamond is like a partner. I don't even know if it's a partner or a sponsor. I don't know. But it started out on its own. And then I think 3 years later he came on board.
Okay.
Yeah, so Wasafi. It's not Diamond, it's Wasafi that came on board and basically, but they haven't done any shows recently. I don't know what's happening over there.
Because there's like big shows.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up, but yeah, that's Wasafi doing things with Cheka too.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, but I was gonna ask you, how far do you wish to take this?
Stand up?
Yeah,
as far as it can go, my man. I don't even want to have a what can I say? I don't want to limit myself by they say it's good to have goals, set goals and have ambitions and do this and that, but sometimes you limit yourself because of your own experiences. So you're like, I want to take it this far, but that's nothing compared to how far you could really go.
True.
So as a comic, in my mind right now, I'm like, I just hope as a successful comic I'll be able to go to as many countries as possible and be able to make people laugh. I want to have material that's international, that can relate to everyone, that can go there. I'm not thinking about the money because there's no money for us, and it's sad
for now.
Yeah, comedy is like one of my mentors, his name is Evans Bukuku, one of the founders of Punchline Africa. We call it Punchline Africa. No, that's what we are in terms of mindset. That's what we are in terms of mindset. I give it Evans once said that stand-up is like a door or a gateway to other opportunities, and those other opportunities will give you money.
That's so deep, man.
Yeah, so I'm not thinking about the cash. I'm like, as a comic, I want to go as far as I can go and make people laugh. That's all I'm thinking about. And when you've now been in it for 3 years, you sort of have to have the mindset of, you know what, let me work on this thing
because I came this far.
Yeah, because I came this far
now.
And they say a good comic is roughly about 10 years into the game. I've already done 3. I have 7 more. Why would I stop now? You go to college for 3 years.
But to be fair, I think Gigi, you should stop now. You're not in so deep. So you can just
1 year is enough.
You can get a job at a cafe.
1 year can seem like a bad mistake. You can just go.
you can get a job at a cafe.
You can revive yourself.
And there's many cafes in this country. I've noticed you guys have a mall in every corner. Why though? What's that about? Like,
it's Nairobi, bro.
Which part of Nairobi have you been to so far?
So far, I'll be terrible with the names. But
you're talking about the malls here, like Sarit and Westgate and
Village Market.
Village Market.
Yeah. So the thing about Nairobi,
is we have money. So when people have money,
like a big city, man,
they wanna buy shit.
Yeah, and it's a big city, unlike Dar,
Unlike Dar, how many are you in Nairobi?
What?
How many are you in terms of population?
No, we're talking big in terms of investments and money and opportunities.
I like how you became specific.
But we could beat that number because Minor is not so good in pulling out. We could beat that number.
Okay.
Minor is not.
I see. No, I'll give it to you guys, man. In terms of investments and stuff, you guys are on a different level. So that's dope. That's really dope. Of what else have I seen, man? Just the number of malls, the matatus. I was telling him the matatus with the graffitis.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
This is interesting.
You guys art hasn't even reached there.
No, we do have graffiti, but no one's like, should I waste my time doing graffiti on a matatu? Nah, man.
But then now those artists get paid for
like
they're not vandalizing the matatus.
They get paid. Good money.
Decent money,
bro. So people spend almost the equivalent of maybe 3 million, which that's like 30,000.
Dollars.
Okay.
To pimp out matatus and shit.
That's dope.
So it's like we take that thing seriously.
Okay. That's nice.
So like pimping lights, you should see them at night, bro. They fucking
the matatu itself is they take it seriously, but the people they employ. Not too serious.
Okay.
It can be just people they employed.
Why are you pointing?
They used to employ.
Why are you pointing at me?
People no, you said you were Makanga.
But that's not a good reason for him to point at me when making a bad example about that industry. What makes you think I was a bad Makanga?
I said serious people.
I know I'm not doing
I didn't
it
say bad
anymore,
or good.
But
Yeah. How was it though? How was it? How was it for you?
I think it's crazy. It's one of those jobs where you never decide to do it.
Life just takes you there.
Pushes you to that direction.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because that sounds like a prostitute story. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It sounds like we're interviewing a prostitute.
So now you realize why I'm not nice to this guy.
I see.
Like, dude, I have to do this because of what you do. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's it's just life takes you there. I wasn't.
This isn't how I planned it.
Now I was trying to be vulnerable to you guys. This guy is drilling in my insecurities.
I'm trying to make it better,
bro. I thought this was a safe space, man.
I didn't want to just make that face and be silent. I wanted to explain what that face was.
Yeah.
Well, so there we go.
Yeah, so I've also done prostitution. I'm gonna tell you about it.
Okay.
But it's the same thing. So should I go with the prostitution or the makanga one?
Let's start with the makanga.
Yeah. So it's one of those jobs where you just do, and I hated it because people have no respect for you. So there's like a perception around the people who do that job, either they're like goons or thieves or whatever.
So you wanted respect?
I didn't want to have to
I was just gonna say, then why are you doing comedy now?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say yes. Then I'm like I didn't like comedy. Or is it the same in comedy? It's not one of those things you choose. Life just
also life fucks you up. No, but it's not me wanting or demanding respect. It's just that being at a job where you give me a chance to show you.
True.
So you get into a job where people already have like a perception about you.
Yeah.
So they give you money and they start demanding for change there and then when you don't even have it to begin with. Wacha tufike nitakutafutia. And then after 500 meters when nipatie bro nilikuwa hapa bana, even you were here. So and it's more like comedy-ish because you have to be on really high energy to be able to be effective. So sometimes someone just insults you or something and your energy dips and then now you still have to
so you are used to heckling.
Bro,
you got used to heckling,
bro.
You came into comedy like
and talking to people who don't want to talk to you. Check unaenda taomba
oh man, that thing.
How long did you do that for?
Maybe 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Dude, that doesn't. I was like, no. I thought you did it for like a few years.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you it's not too late for you to quit comedy because I quit that job.
3 or 4 months. That doesn't. Yeah, that's how long I was in the cafe for.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even that was frustrating. Because just like the way you have to shout out the same prices every day. Like we have to give the same menu, talk about the same. Because they come and they want the bestseller. They don't want to look at the whole menu. You have the menu, but then no. Which one bestseller? Which one sell? Which one good? Which one? You tell them, and then they're like, okay, I will take this. Tell chef quickly. I'm like, what the fuck do you think the chef is? Do you think he's... and then now that when I go tell him that this nigga needs his shit quick, step up. So, I mean, even that was frustrating, man.
Yeah, hospitality is another ball game, man. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I do have a bit of experience myself, so that wasn't fun for me either. I actually did 1 year of business administration at a certain college, and then I got tired. I was like, I can't be sitting for a whole year in class and not doing anything relating to what I'm studying. I'm like, I need hands-on experience. So then I went to the National College of Tourism, did hospitality operations for 2 years. And now it was a thing where I could go work for every after a semester. And so I did service. I did what's this called? Housekeeping. That wasn't fun. I did the front desk. I did reservations. So everything in there. I know what you mean, man. And in our country, there's that thing where people come in groups, right? And you go to someone, you're like, hey, do you want any drinks? And he goes, yeah, what do you have? And then you start naming things on the top of your head. You're like, so we have juice, we have beer, we have water, we have soda, we have tea, we have coffee. What soda? And then you're like, oh, we have Sprite, we have Coke, we have this, we have that. And what beer do you have? You're like, we have this and that and that. And then he goes,
What tea do you have?
Okay, and the tea, what tea do you have? And you tell him this, and he goes, okay. Did this guy order? I'm like, yeah, he ordered water. Give me water. Like, why were you asking about all those other things? You know, it was terrible, man. Yeah. But we all go through these things, and they shape us in becoming who we are, right?
Yeah. True. That thing of repeating the menu, that really messed me up. Because it was like a month in, I was like, I have to repeat this stuff every day. Because it's not changing.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I love about stand-up is every new week I get to say different things.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
And how does it work for you guys? You guys have to bring in new material like how we do it, or can you repeat your material?
You can, but so now the best practice is to repeat material after every 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah.
And why is that?
Because we have some repeating audiences. So let's say in some audiences that come to, let's say, Tuesday open mic with Punchline, and with Stand Up Collective, and then Wednesday open mic with Punchline. So they come to different open mics within the week.
Yeah.
And sometimes they repeat within the next week, within 2-3 weeks. So it's good practice for us to maybe repeat it in 4 weeks time.
Oh, so if you have material on Tuesday, you won't do that same material on Wednesday?
No, okay. So every week, each week you can do the same material to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But then now to do that material the next week
won't be. Oh, that's fair, man.
Yeah,
even me as a customer, I wouldn't want you guys doing the same jokes every now and then. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
For us, it's that one day you do that material and
man, that's
put it back.
Yeah, because I think the advantage we have over you guys is you have 4 days in that week where you can do the same 5 or 7 minutes to different audiences, and by the time you get to Friday, of your 7 minutes, which jokes work,
which ones are good, which ones
so when you get to Friday, then you can be able to get the jokes that work and decide these ones are gonna make me money. So I don't know.
In simple terms. I was gonna make it more complex, but that's what we want at the end of the day. It's money. We don't care about it's weird. Such a weird existence, man.
It is what it is. We chose this, so we have to see it through.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it anyway.
Because I remember one day I asked myself, what is it I do every day, like around my friends and family, that I could continue doing every day?
Yeah,
it's like comedy.
Yeah,
and this was actually around COVID. Like when the pandemic hit, and then there were no new specials. I'd always been a fan of comedy, but then when there was no new stuff, and I'd watched everything, I was even looking for comedians, new people I've never heard of. Watched almost everything. Like, fuck, I think I'm gonna write a joke to make myself laugh. Because I watched everything, and that's how it started.
Oh,
yeah, that's how it started.
So who were you watching, or who are your favorite comics?
So many people, man, and there's so many comics I like that aren't even famous. But obviously the top guys are pretty much the same for everyone.
Yeah,
Chappelle, Rock, Pryor, Patrice O'Neill, Bill Barr, George Carlin is really good for like revolutionary stuff, stuff like that, which I want to get into soon.
Yeah,
not too majorly, but one or two jokes about things like that. This is a big list, man.
Okay.
Yeah, because I made a comedy folder the other day. Has like my comedy goals, what I want to do, and then I
your comedy goals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't have a comedy folder. That's dope. What are your comedy goals?
So that folder has a number of different things. Like what I want my comedy style to be, right?
Yeah.
And so like it has the sort of territory of what I want to joke about. And then now what I added to the folder was comedians to watch on rotation. So I started listing guys, Chappelle, Rock, Eddie Izzard. Do you know Eddie Izzard?
Yeah, I know him. I don't like him.
You don't like you don't. I've seen like 3 minutes of his stuff, and I was like, oh, this is really good.
You like him?
Yeah, for that 3 minutes, I thought it was good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like his energy though.
Yeah, energy is very good. Yeah. Bill Barr. Made a list of 30 people. So, and then I was like, I'm gonna start watching these guys on rotation. Like every week I pick 4 of them.
Yeah.
I watch them, analyze them every and then I figured out I have enough comedians to do that for 7 weeks and then repeat.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, applying all these things, executing all these things is different from planning and writing it down.
Yeah.
Which is now what I want to do. But like once you have it planned down and written, it's easier.
It's easy. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, man, I feel like I don't know. It's weird.
Speak your mind.
Because
safe space man. Hatutakutusi sana.
Speak your mind. Feel free. Feel free.
I feel like sometimes when I talk about stand up, I feel like, am I ever gonna love a woman like this?
Wow.
I'm like, am I ever gonna? Because the amount of and it at this point, because of the money we're getting from it, to others it's like, this is a toxic relationship. You're putting in so much and you're not getting nothing out of this.
Yeah.
But then like later on it's gonna pay off. Unlike an actual toxic relationship, because it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Right. So but yeah, I feel like for us we have a duty to give. Because like it's not like any other thing you can do where like you're doing it to get money, especially now. This was like a long ass internship. This is a long ass internship, man. You can't be doing this to get. Especially because like, okay, I know people say, oh, I want to get many laughs. You can't take those laughs with you. You just get, it's like a sea of laughs. You're just gonna hear it and you're gonna forget it.
Gonna go home.
Yeah. But like a friend's laugh, one laugh, you can remember that. Like this motherfucker, even though sometimes I hate this guy, I'll never forget his laugh. That laugh, there's no one else has that laugh.
It will haunt you.
That's a great laugh, right? But then now when you're doing comedy on stage, it's a sea of laughs. You can't remember that. That's why you keep going back to gigs to hear that laugh again.
It's an addiction.
It's an addiction. So like I feel like for every profession, we have a duty to give. Right? We're not getting laughs, but we're giving people punchlines and just alleviating the heaviness of life.
I was,
bro.
Yeah.
He's deep sometimes. I'm starting to see what you were saying.
Yeah.
He said this before?
No, no.
Oh yeah. No, wait, he didn't say this.
Yeah.
He's talking about how I talk about
how deep you are. Yeah.
Horrible material.
I know. You're deep, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you haven't found that out yet. That one you cannot attest to.
Why you think? Why did you include yet?
I should. And you will never.
There's hope.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Let's keep doing the show. Let's see how it goes, man.
Let's
see how this goes. Yeah. But I think it's really insightful what you're saying, and that brings me to a question like, why do you do comedy? You know?
Yeah.
Like why?
Like lately, I asked myself, why do I do it? I feel like right now, the last few weeks, I've been on autopilot.
Yeah.
I've been very consistent, as opposed to last week where I was sick, so I didn't go to the gigs.
Yeah.
But before that, I've been very consistent, right? So, and if I track back to what started my consistency is, man, okay, it's very dark why I do comedy. Reason is very dark. When I turned 21, I figured out. Like when the school kicked me out, I was like, okay, this is either the perfect time to kill myself or to do something that will make an impact on the world. Because if life is all about getting, then there's no reason for me to continue living, because when you die with nothing. You go to the grave with nothing, just a suit and maybe a watch. I mean, especially in that time, I'm 21, I don't have kids, I don't have anyone to pass generational wealth to. So I was like, I'm either gonna kill myself, not because I hate my life, not because I hate myself, but because of what I now see life to be, right? It's either I kill myself or I go on to do something very good. I go on to give. This I know he wants to make a joke. I know he wants to say you should have killed yourself. Go fuck yourself. Right? But that's the reason, right?
I feel like if you had an option between killing yourself or doing comedy, the latter makes more sense. Is it the latter or the former?
The former is the first one.
The former.
Yeah,
so
the former makes
right?
sense.
But I was like, yes. I mean, if I'm gonna continue living, and I'd never been suicidal before that. It's just I never ever.
What
tried.
happened though? Why did you feel like?
No, why do you do comedy?
Okay.
Why?
But he didn't feel. He's still curious.
No, he wants to know why you wanted to kill yourself. And I feel like the more I know why you didn't kill yourself, the more I'm convinced you should have killed yourself.
So I knew this didn't even surprise me. You should have put some surprise into that. Should have some this was the direction I knew you were going.
I'm not sold, bro.
Yeah.
No, but why do you do comedy?
I believe I purely just enjoy making people laugh. Because there was a point where I was so broke, I said to myself, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
You know, when you don't have cash, you're sitting at home and you're like, I've been wasting so much time.
Yeah.
But then I was so depressed and I felt so terrible. But within that time, I found the key, I found the answer to the whole thing. I genuinely remembered the first time I said I want to do comedy. It was because I wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah.
That's always been the only thing on my mind. I never thought about money in the beginning. Money only came into mind when I was like, okay, how do I maintain this?
Yeah.
But before that, it was always just about making people happy. And it's weird because I'm not an extrovert.
Yeah.
I'm more like, I can stay indoors for a whole week.
Yeah.
As long as I have food to eat, something to watch, I'm okay. But I go out and I want to make people happy, and I don't know why.
Damn, time is really...
Okay.
So 20 seconds. Finish up.
Oh yeah, that's just it, man. Like I genuinely just enjoy bringing joy to people, and that's why I still do it.
So why are you in Nairobi? Tell us real quick. What shows are you performing at, and how can guys find you?
So I'm in Nairobi to do a couple of shows. I think starting Wednesday because tomorrow is a public holiday.
Yes.
Yeah. So on Wednesday I'll be doing a show with Punchline at Two Grapes. I don't know about the Thursday venue, but Friday again I'll be with Punchline.
Yes.
If there's a thing happening Thursday, I'll definitely be with them. Yeah. And then Saturday, Punchline is doing their ticketed show. Also at Two Grapes, I believe.
Yes.
And I might do a thing or two over there as well. So please do get your tickets. It's only like 1,000 Kenyan shillings. It's only like 1,000. I don't believe that's a lot.
$10.
Yeah, I don't need to convert that, but I believe that's you guys have money. You guys said you have money, so you better buy the tickets. And you can find me on Instagram. That's where I mostly do my thing. I'm not a social media person, but my Instagram handle is hamis.mde. Yes, Mde. I'm not related to Vanessa Mde, but we'll see what happens in the couple of coming years. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for having me.
Awesome.
Rotimi B1.
Yes.
This man is coming for your wifey, bro.
No. She's Mde, I'm Mde.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming. Once again, I'm your host, Gakonyo Gathemba. You can follow me on Instagram at Gakonyo_Gathemba. Once again, I want to thank Radio 254 for this platform. You can follow them on 254.radio. And once again, thank you for my co-host, Maina Munene.
Asante sana for having me. You can follow me on all platforms, Maina Munene.
Yes, okay.
Me checking my name.
Thank you, guys. Have a very good week. You hear from us next week.
So that's a wrap.
Yeah, man. You did really...
Thank you, man. Good job. Time flew by. It's really cool.
It did.
Like, damn. Okay.
So I realized we were really bad on time when it was like 3:50. Yeah. That's why I cut you off.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah, but that was interesting.
Yeah, people opened up.
Yeah.
Comedians started getting sensitive.
Man, what the fuck is happening to comedy? We were never like this. This is not what we believe in.
It's funny, man.